What's up, everybody, and welcome back to the BallGame Podcast. I'm Matt.
I'm Tom.
I'm Chris.
And I'm Dean.
On this day of MLB opening day, the Yankees, as I'm wearing this, I just stumbled over my words for a second. The Yankees today play their first game, but we are a football podcast, so we are going to be bringing you guys a tier list of every single team in the NFL. Contender status all the way down to absolute ass and number one pick contenders. But yes, I mentioned it. The Yankees open their season, and as you're watching this, all of the MLB will be opening their season on Thursday. Some of us are MLB fans. Some of us are not. That's okay. This is the year that we're all going to get into baseball, though. We're going to try our best, right?
I'd say it every year, so yeah, maybe this actually will be
Right?
the year.
I'm good.
Watching the rest of the league, other than my team and division, is not that fun.
Right, that's the. I watch the
Oh, it
Yankees,
sucks.
Right.
but like I don't watch anyone else.
The Western divisions and the Eastern divisions are fun. Ain't nobody want to watch the freaking White Sox. Nobody wants to watch
Right.
the Reds, the Cardinals.
Guardians.
Right. The Central divisions, no fun. The coasts are fun.
I'll say one team, I want to watch the Brewers. I kind of want to watch the Brewers. They're a fun team. I'll say that.
Who cares?
Jacob Mizorowski, dog.
No one cares
So,
about the Brewers.
the Central kind of sucks, but yeah, the two coasts, very fun baseball. I'm looking forward to a good season of Major League Baseball that potentially we all get into. But yes, like I said, we will be talking NFL today, and we will jump into our tier list. By the way, before we jump into that, actually, go join the BallGame Discord. It's become a family, honestly. It's become a bunch of people that, whether you're a fan or you're us, we just have a good time talking ball and chatting it up over there, whatever the conversation leads to.
Family that Dean hates.
Some people like the Discord, like Chris.
I can't
myself,
mess
and
around
Tom.
with the ball sacks.
Chris, myself, and Tom.
JJ's easy to
and
make
Nick,
fun of.
and
DM'd
Pete
me.
and Pat.
About what?
You.
Are you serious?
What'd he say?
They're a little hurt.
He said.
Just him.
No, they're a little hurt.
Why?
The Discord's
He said Dean dissing on me, but I'm not the only one in the Discord. There's 300 other people in here. Why does he choose me?
Because he was literally directly getting at me in our live stream. So I
I'm
just said
just
something back.
He's also wrong because there's not 300 people in there. There's well over 450, and we're gaining on 500.
I'd be
So
losing after my comments, but
people
Well, it
are
was just
going to
crazy that you said like the way to gain aura is to get off Discord.
Yeah, it was messed
To
up.
our Discord member.
well, it was just a JJ.
Yeah.
It was
You called him a
it was
12-year-old
solely
and then
to
said
him.
you got to
How
get
old
off
is
Discord.
he? 15?
He's 18.
Is he?
Yes.
Oh, all right. Sorry, JJ. I didn't know.
Nice.
All right, I didn't know. I didn't know your
You
age.
also said 12-year-olds can have aura, and I bet that there's 12-year-olds out there that have more aura than you do.
Wow, that's great. They
just
can't
saying.
like drive a car or make money, so I don't care.
I bet there's 12-year-olds out there making money.
Sure, nothing's absolute,
In like
Matthew.
China.
How much
Right.
money? Yeah.
Yeah.
like,
Like,
sweatshops.
okay, great. JJ, I apologize sincerely.
There you go.
There we go.
That's
That's what we
That's all
all the
we
man
needed
wanted.
from you. There you go. JJ will see this, I'm sure. But yeah, go join the BallGame Discord. We do have a good time, and we meet a lot of you guys. It's been fun. It's been great. Yeah, that's that. Let's jump into this thing. So we'll start division by division, and we'll jump in with your team, Dean. Why not? Dean had a whole rant about how people just unnecessarily shit on the New York Jets. So let's see if that continues right now. First team that will rank is the New York Jets. And with that being said, Dean, where would you like to place them on this tier list?
They're at the very bottom. They are the 30th to 32nd best team in the league, and I'm not going to sugarcoat it or try to sell you otherwise. They are not good until proven anything else.
And that bottom category is named.
Ass.
So the Jets are.
I'm not going to say it.
Anyways, the rest of the tiers probably should have said that. Chris, would you like to tell us?
Contenders, playoff lock on the bubble, not quite mid-ass. They see it too.
Oh, yeah, they do. You're right.
So I think the Jets have an opportunity this year to get to the not quite mid.
Nope.
How? Why?
Because they're ass.
No, but they have an opportunity to get above.
I guess all the teams have an opportunity.
Right. Okay.
I do think
You
you're
have, you have 2 first-round picks that could make an impact.
Yeah.
I'm a known Jets hater. I do think you have an opportunity to be better than ass this year. I really do.
I think Geno isn't as bad as he was last year.
We shall find out. We definitely will.
But I put them in ass.
Yeah.
For you. Okay. I'm not lying.
Bottom 3 team in the NFL.
To start the year, yeah, for sure. Before the draft, for sure.
Yeah.
Okay. You're in agreement. We're all in
Yeah,
agreement.
they're ass.
Ass. Okay. Next team. I will also place them in ass. The Miami Dolphins. They are potentially going to have the number 1 overall pick next year. So,
They're not shy about it.
And they're worse than the Jets.
Yeah, no, they're the worst team in football.
big fan.
I mean,
Call it like you see it.
yeah, they're the worst team in football. That's fine. That's where we want to be,
Yeah.
honestly. I'm okay with that.
They have done nothing this offseason to instill hope in any single fan out there.
They're in it for the long haul. The very, very long haul. But it is the long haul. And
The longest of
Jeremiah
hauls.
Smith and Malik Willis.
They're investing in the rebuild.
yeah.
Jeremiah Smith, number 1 overall pick in 2027?
Yeah, they might
Oh.
actually be too high for Jeremiah Smith.
There's no too high for Jeremiah Smith. He
There
wants
might
to
be.
be a Dolphin. He does. He's
What?
from Miami. And he held
That-
up the jersey on his Instagram.
That is actually a good point. He is a Florida boy over
Floridian.
there. So,
I'm sure no income tax definitely helps.
I mean, it definitely.
No, he will be a Dolphin. Him and Malik Willis will save me.
He's a Jet.
No.
They have 3 first-round picks. They could probably get whoever they want.
Sure, it's not Madden. Just because they have 3 first-round picks doesn't mean they will trade up.
They can, though.
Sure, I could fly a plane
No, you can't.
if I wanted to.
I don't know if I'd get in that.
Having 3 first-round picks, the ability to trade up is not the same as you being able to fly a plane.
Where do you guys land on that hypothetical land?
I see what you did there.
Where like
Wow.
they say if the what is it if like pilot passes out, we'll say passes out midair and you have to take over a plane and you have air traffic control walking you through it, you think you could land a plane?
Yes.
Absolutely not.
Fuck no.
If they're walking you through it, I'm sure you could get it done.
No. I don't
If
know.
they're
I feel like-
walking me through it step by step, I could do it.
you ever seen the dashboard of a plane?
I have.
I don't think I could do it.
I don't think I could either.
They are walking me through it.
Right.
Yeah,
that doesn't
bro,
mean you
like
can.
I'd be shitting my pants,
Yeah.
bro. Like,
Oh, you're saying like you're not poised and you've lost control of your own emotions.
if
the
I had to
situation?
take
Yeah.
over a plane that the pilot passed out, yeah, I'd think
No,
that
but you
might-
would lock in. I think you would lock in.
I don't know.
Well, here's
I've never
here's
been in
the
that
thing.
situation. I don't know.
Well,
there would
here's
be a
the
lot
thing.
of emotions.
If you had no choice and it's nobody expects you, you have no expectations.
Right.
Now everybody thinks they're going to die,
Yep.
probably including yourself. But guess what? That's exactly when you thrive. You got no expectations. You're landing that fucking plane.
Yeah, but this isn't shooting a basketball with 20 seconds left in a game. It's landing a fucking aircraft.
And you're getting
On a
walked
runway.
through it. It's not like you're left out hanging out to dry. If you're left hanging out to dry, no shit. I
You like
can't
basically
fucking-
are that like
No, you're not.
you're overestimating the power.
Yo,
of
you
someone.
see that?
Bro, but like if they're
saying
walking you
directions to
through it
you.
and they tell you to do something, but like you don't fully understand and you do the wrong thing, like it could be clipped.
Dunzo.
Like just because they're walking you through it doesn't mean you're gonna understand everything they're saying. You've seen the dashboard of a plane. There's a lot of buttons.
There's a lot going on there.
Yeah, but they could tell you hit the 3rd button from the left now.
I just don't think it's that.
And you're gonna
that cut and
slowly
dry.
It might
Push.
be.
You're gonna slowly
So.
push down on the steering.
Do you think that they're like full on like pressing mad buttons during the probably not.
To land in an emergency, probably.
Probably
a lot going on.
Well, here's the thing. Am I landing?
Well,
Where
why
am
does it
I
have to be an
landing?
emergency?
Because the pilot's passed out and this average
No,
civilian
but
is
how does
taking over.
landing a plane during an emergency, during not an emergency, different on the same landing strip? How is that different?
Because you're not a trained pilot.
I understand, but that doesn't mean you would do it differently. It doesn't make it different.
Doesn't make the process different?
right?
I guess.
Okay.
Why
Where
do you why do you like with that undertone like this is like an easy thing to like,
No,
bro,
because
it's
you're
not-
making it like you wouldn't be able to follow directions.
No, I don't think that's
No,
what he's
I'm just saying
at
that the
all.
directions are far more complicated
Then you.
than they
I'm
seem.
sure
than,
they
like-
are. How much? Okay, how far from landing are you? Like, do you have 10, 15 minutes to like gather yourself, or is it like right here, right now? You're
Right here, right now.
We're
Like,
dead.
the-
you're 2,000 feet from the ground.
It's
and
right here, right now. It's an
Okay.
emergency.
Yeah.
Okay, then we're dead.
Yeah.
All right. I thought you meant like halfway through the flight. You said.
No, I didn't say that.
Okay.
Like we're
an
midway
emergency
through
situation.
landing.
Yes.
No, we're fucked.
Yeah. we're screwed.
That's
Yeah.
my point.
Oh, I thought we were like halfway through the flight, and like, okay.
I really don't think it matters.
I think it matters.
Honestly,
You have 30 minutes to land. Okay. Like, I think I could be.
You have to go to school to learn this thing.
no, I get that, but I think if you gave me a good like 15 minutes for them to like walk me through it step by step,
What is 15 minutes gonna do?
Can I say something though? I feel like they probably make these things so that if there is an emergency, like a regular person is capable.
it's happened before.
No, yeah.
No, I think that's why there's two
I'm sure
pilots.
making it impossible for anybody but a pilot to land these things is probably unsafe.
But there's two pilots on a plane.
No, I know that.
I understand.
But there's a third pilot too, and it's you.
No, it's not. It's just so not.
There's a third pilot. He's in your heart, bro.
You just gotta find him. You gotta find him in there, brother. Yeah. Everybody's got a pilot in them somewhere.
We teach lessons here, BallGame.
Yo, you want to take control of that plane? You got to take control of that life. You got to lock in.
You
dude.
got to treat it as a
Yeah,
metaphor.
bro.
You have to treat it as a metaphor. That's what you really
Your
need
life's
to
like
do.
a falling plane, dude. Take control.
You have 30 seconds to figure it the frick out. So
30
That's it.
seconds is not long enough, bro. I'm dead.
yeah, probably we're probably dead.
Why can't I just like pull up?
I pull
You're just
up.
gonna fly forever.
No, but like land it gently. I played GTA before.
Hold up. Here's my thing. This is what I'm doing. Deploy landing gear. That's it. We're good.
Just
Let everybody else die.
Let it rock. We got it.
whatever happens.
Slow down. Deploy landing
Jesus, take
gear.
the wheel.
Whatever happens, happens.
Maybe E means extra fuel.
The NBA approved for the league to explore bids and applicants for Las Vegas and Seattle.
Well, I feel like we knew that was
Very nice.
happening now. Expansion's going to happen.
Could have been denied.
Yeah. I doubt it. Clearly it hasn't.
I don't think the NBA needs it. Neither here nor there, but
More money, more problems. Facts.
okay.
No, facts. That's why I'm poor. I don't want the headaches.
All right, next team up. We'll talk about the Buffalo Bills now. And they probably just by default have to go into contender tier.
I think they're playoff locks.
I think they're contenders.
They have Josh.
No.
Josh, who?
The rest of their roster is still. I mean, did they get better?
Added DJ Moore. Kept Connor McGovern.
Lost Joey Bosa. Traded Teron Johnson.
Lost.
Lost Terrell. Well, no, Terrell wasn't there. But
I don't know if they definitely didn't get worse.
nah, probably not.
I just feel like with the Bills too, like it happens every year where you debate it in the offseason, and then at some point in the season you're like, yeah, they could win the Super Bowl.
Yeah, but
And then they don't.
They never do.
That's also true.
But can they? Yes.
But that doesn't mean they're not contenders.
can they?
Yeah.
Yes. And therefore they are contenders.
With a new coach, though. You think Joe Brady's better than
that's what
McDermott?
That's kind of why I'm like internally debating. I don't know if Joe Brady's the guy.
I don't think so either.
Roster wise, I think they're contenders.
Yeah.
Like Josh is good enough, but
I don't think Brady steps in is a contender.
I see what you mean, but at the same time, it's not like it's unfamiliar territory for them.
It's unfamiliar role for him.
This is still, I know that, but like,
But that's kind of why, that's kind of the point, that it's not unfamiliar territory, and we know the Bills to just come up short.
I mean, if I were to ask you the question right now, can the Bills win the Super Bowl?
Yeah, but then there would be 10 teams in the contender tier.
That's not true.
No, I don't think that's true.
That's not true.
Look, I want to say yes. It's not an easy yes though. It's really not.
How many?
I think, yeah.
We're going to go through it, so we could always adjust the tiers. But
And it's just the age-old thing. Like, if they didn't do it last year, like, what makes me think they're going to do it this year?
Right. The Chiefs will be back.
theoretically,
The Chiefs will be back.
They're good enough to. We could put them in contenders. They're good enough to do it.
Right.
I
if this
have
was
It's
like
just like a sour. Yeah, it's a sour taste they leave. in
if there
your
was like a
mouth.
Super Bowl favorites tier, they wouldn't be in that. But like contenders, like I think they can win the Super Bowl.
yeah, I guess if there was like a top tier, like how we had Mahomes in his own tier for the quarterback list, like
Right.
it's probably a bit different. But
I mean, do we want to add a top tier?
I don't think we have
how
to,
many
but-
teams would that even?
One,
Yeah.
Who?
the Rams.
I
don't
don't even
think
know
we
if I
need that.
necessarily
Roster
even,
wise, yeah.
yeah, but I don't even necessarily agree with the.
I don't think.
I
they
don't
need
think they have a flaw.
No, that's
No, but even
I agree,
even
yeah.
with no flaws.
if we were to do a top tier though, like no one's really on their level. So like it's not. We don't need. To
I would
do
agree, yeah.
An extra tier.
You don't think the Seahawks?
No.
No, they got worse.
Today having no running back and your running back was your Super Bowl MVP and your horse for the playoff run.
And the only reason you beat the team that we just mentioned is because they had no secondary and they added 2 corners.
Yeah, I don't know.
Probably changes how I feel a
all-pro,
little bit
yeah.
about you. So
All right, Bills are contenders.
Yep.
we could change if we need to, but Bills are contenders.
It's just rough with them. Like it's just such a bad taste that they always leave every offseason. Like it's just like gross and disgusting
Yeah.
to speak about them. But
They never like really get better.
I think they probably did get better. Like adding DJ, bro, the wide receiver 1 in their playoff games was Brandon Cooks.
Yeah.
I just hate DJ Moore too.
I'm not a big DJ Moore guy either,
But he's better
their
than what
wide
they have.
receiver
He's just so
one
much
was
better,
Brandon
yeah.
Cooks.
It's just so much better than what they had.
Yeah, I mean, like, and that was
Yeah.
probably their biggest flaw.
Yeah.
Like, you got better.
Yeah.
They made a good hire at DC too.
who they hire.
The Broncos passing game. I forgot his name, but I like.
Oh yeah, Giants were on him too.
Yeah, he was pretty sought after.
Yeah, I think you just have to by default. They'll probably have a good defense again. Josh Allen is there. James Cook has been awesome, and they added DJ Moore, I guess. Yeah, so they go into contender. And then this next team, the AFC representative in the Super Bowl, the New England Patriots. It's tough.
Today, they're not a contender.
No, I agree. I think they're playoff.
They're
locks.
playoff lock.
Yeah, I agree.
They got worse.
They got worse. They lost Diggs and didn't replace him. I mean, they
I
replaced
will
him with
say
Romeo
I'm not
Doubs.
concerned about the Diggs thing because I think they do trade for AJ Brown. Not
Yeah, just like
Today,
Yeah.
Until that happens, it's going to be a while before that happens. If it does,
Like, what they do in terms of their own? They brought in someone, right?
Elijah Vera Tucker.
yeah.
that's
That's pretty
It's
huge.
a big move
If he plays,
if he
he's healthy.
plays, right?
That's
You-
a big help on the O line.
huge
Yeah.
help. Yeah,
You brought in our boy KB, Tajay's boy, which is nice for the secondary, I guess. But you lost your best pass rusher, probably. Well, second best behind Milton and Clavon Chesson.
just saw.
But they added Draymond Jones, so I guess that picks up a little bit there too.
Those the skill positions.
I can't.
Their
Yeah, I can't.
secondary is stacked.
No, they're loaded on defense.
Yeah.
Their defense is sick.
Their defense alone, I think.
Oh,
was
maybe they are
playoff lock.
contenders.
And adding Vera Tucker, I know it's the whole if he stays healthy thing. That improves their O-line so immensely. You move Jared Wilson back to where he was playing in college, and he's not out of position anymore. Will Campbell was playing hurt last year. I know he was bad, but he was playing hurt. He was good in the first half of the season.
The run game's probably better because of the O line.
I think they're still contenders. I do. And I think Drake May gets better. Somehow.
I'm the Patriots guy, and I'm just playoff lock with them.
Yeah, I can't look at Romeo Doubs, wide receiver.
Literally,
one
that's
and say
it.
contender.
That's it for me. They get AJ Brown, sure, they're contenders, but Romeo Doubs is your wide receiver.
I
one.
think like if the season started tomorrow,
bad.
I'd be shocked if they won the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
I'd be shocked.
I agree.
Yeah, I guess that's a good point. Romeo Dobbs' wide receiver 1 is rough.
Also, first place schedule too.
They don't have the schedule
They
anymore.
do not.
Yeah.
You weren't even in on them being contenders when they were in the Super Bowl. Like,
I think they're. I do expect Drake May to take a leap in the playoffs. I think
Yeah.
if they make it, I don't think Drake is going to be that bad again. And on top of that, I also do think their O-line improved, which was their biggest weakness.
yeah.
I'm worried about Will Campbell. Like, I know he was playing a little bit banged, but it was bad.
He was a rookie, though.
No, I know, but it was.
He was a rookie, and I feel like
Bro, it was
when you're in,
so
the, it,
bad.
it was. No,
Drake May got sacked the most times in a playoff run. And
I
he
understand
was
that.
the main culprit.
I understand that, but you're a rookie playing your first playoffs ever. Like, bro's a year removed from playing for LSU.
And he had a gauntlet.
Like,
I know, but
right, you're going against
Those pass
Neil
rushers aren't
Hunter,
going anywhere.
KFM, Khalil Mack, like
no,
week after
I'm
week.
aware. I just like
You get back to the playoffs, you're
was
going up against those guys
awful.
again also.
Yeah, but you have another year of experience.
Sure.
It's not
And
sure. It's
again,
Well,
like-
I'm just
No, I'm pretty
concerned
sure,
because
yeah.
it felt
He
like
also sucked.
his flaws as to why he wouldn't work as a NFL tackle were on full display during the playoff run. And I think we all kind of floated the idea out there, would have liked to see them go after a tackle potentially and flirt with the idea of moving him inside. I don't know if he's I don't know if he's a franchise left tackle. Like,
He might not be, but I think you have to give it another year because you spent a
Yeah.
fourth
No,
overall pick
100%.
on him. And,
yeah.
give money to AVT. Hopefully, the O-line in general being better helps him out as well.
So I was
takes
about to say
pressure
that
off.
too. It changes the game when you have someone next to you that you could also rely on and is very good at football.
Yeah.
He had Jared Wilson, also a rookie, directly next to him, who was not playing well either. So that doesn't help the case either. So I think Will Campbell is a good player. I do. And I think that
I
he
think he could be a
played
good
banged
player.
up, all that stuff. I think he was good the first half of the season before the injury. I think he will be
I think it's fair to have
question marks for sure. Yeah.
be concerned.
I
It was I mean, he went through the ringer on NFL media and stuff like that, but it was warranted.
100%.
You know what I mean? Like it was god awful.
Yeah.
So
It was one of the worst performances from an offensive lineman game over game I've ever seen, honestly. But I get it. If we want to put them
Romeo
in,
Dobbs, wide receiver 1. Bro.
That's just what I keep hanging my hat on. Like
I
Romeo
like
Doubs.
Dobbs a lot.
I do too.
Diggs was exceptional for
Yeah.
them.
Diggs was amazing for them. It sucks
That's
that
big shoes to fill. Like, again, today, no AJ Brown. That's big ass shoes to fill.
they get AJ. It's a lot. They're contender a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will say AJ might not even be dealt.
He might not.
No, it's not a
You
guarantee.
saw they brought in Elijah
Elijah
Moore,
Moore.
his best friend. Elijah Moore talked AJ Brown off a cliff, bro.
Yeah, I read that story. Too.
Did not know that.
Yeah, Elijah Moore is AJ's best friend, and also he stopped AJ from
Yeah.
If you're the Eagles, it makes sense to try to keep your best receiver. Like, why wouldn't you just at least make an
Yeah.
effort?
Yeah,
right? So,
absolutely.
we'll see.
Where do you look?
I'm in playoff lock right now.
Playoff lock.
Okay.
I don't know. It feels wrong to put the Super Bowl runner-up as not a contender.
It does.
I'm at a crossroads.
I get it.
Their defense is fucking
It's
loaded.
so hard to repeat, though, at the same time, too, is also what I'm taking into account. They didn't get better.
It is.
The question mark at wide receiver 1, and call it what it is, almost a little fluky, their little playoff run.
We all agreed that if Bo Nix played, the Broncos are in the Super Bowl, and they're not.
Right.
Yeah, we'll do playoff lock.
There it is. All right, moving on to the AFC West. We'll start off with the Los Angeles Chargers, who honestly, they did a little bit to improve their roster this offseason, but I feel like it wasn't all that we expected with the cap space that they had available to them, in my personal opinion. This division is so loaded, and I do think they're probably a playoff lock. Jim Harbaugh is good enough to do that, and they have Justin Herbert. But, man, it would not surprise me if they somehow stumble and don't make the playoffs, to be honest.
Really?
Really?
It would not surprise me.
I tend to agree. I think they're more on the bubble.
Wow.
Wow.
I feel like they're a lock.
I'm between lock and contender.
Really? Contender?
I think they're loaded. I think their defense is absolutely loaded. Plus, it's Harbaugh. Like, he's just gonna get the most possible out of players on defense. Like,
I
their
like the
defense is
McDaniel
gonna
hire
be
too.
great.
I love the McDaniel.
Brought in probably a guy who's gonna be a top 5 offensive coordinator in the sport, and you like. I know they didn't make big moves, but you're adding 2 all-pro tackles back.
Yeah, for sure. No,
You know what I mean?
And they added Biotish on the interior. They got Cole Strange
Hammered the
too.
interior
They-
offensive line.
You get
They
back
did.
your first round running back.
Right. Like, I
The
mean,
problem is
last
they-
year I thought they were contenders going in, and it was just about, like, can Herbert do the thing? Then they got riddled by injuries. They're better right now than they were going in last year. And they're better coached in terms of coordinating.
They had the worst offensive line like ever down the stretch. of last
They're
season.
at least playoff lock. Like,
Yeah, I
that should be
think
no
so.
question.
They're not contenders to me.
That's fine. We could do playoff.
The playoff
Yeah.
failures of Justin Herbert and the fact that honestly, this is one of those teams where you kind of just have to predict injuries are going to happen at a point too. They
Yeah.
get smacked by
Yeah.
injuries every single year without fail.
They added a running back too, no?
Keaton Mitchell.
Yeah, I like that.
I love Keaton Mitchell,
Yeah.
man.
It's a good pickup.
I think he's a great compliment to what Omarion Hampton brings too.
Keenan, was that a 1-year deal or is he still on the team?
No, he's not on the team. But I love Trey Harris. I thought Trey Harris, like, in his
He'll get his
burn
out.
last year was awesome. Loved his college shape. Like, he's going to be... QJ was also, like, awesome.
He's
was-
taking a
he was
step every
streaky.
year of his career.
He didn't have a great back half of the year.
He's not, like, a wide receiver 1, but, like, as a deep threat, like, as a guy to open up the offense, I thought he was... For the role that he was in, I thought he was pretty awesome. It was Ladd taking the step back that kind of hurt them.
Yeah.
Well, so I didn't understand. Listen, I do understand bringing Keenan back, but I felt like bringing Keenan back almost stunted Ladd's growth.
Yeah.
Don't know necessarily what Ladd was your guy his rookie year, and then you brought in a guy to kind of take his
Do what he does. Yeah.
role, which
Right.
is
I
weird.
think if Trey Harris is who I think he is, having 2 bona fide outside guys in Cuge and Trey and allowing Ladd to play primarily inside and not have to be inside out splitting with a guy like Keenan, who's obviously at his best inside but also does the inside out thing, I think that allows Ladd to thrive.
They could also take a receiver in the draft.
You
I
could.
wouldn't be surprised.
I don't think they will because they love KLS too. Like, I don't know if he's anything, but like as a rotational receiver.
To me, he's a special teamer
yeah.
at best right now. that doesn't stop you from taking a receiver in the first
Yeah,
or second
yeah.
round.
I really like their tight ends, honestly, too.
Yeah, Gadsden is
Gadsden
great.
and Kohler is a great duo.
Kohler's awesome.
Kohler's awesome.
Yeah.
Kohler's severely underrated, honestly.
I think McDaniel McDaniel has a lot of toys, man. And he has fucking Justin Herbert.
McDaniel in and of himself is like a free agency sign, like a big free agency signing. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
Bro.
going from Greg
They-
Roman to
They're
fucking Mike
great.
McDaniel.
Like, they're
Personnel, they're
exceptional.
stacked.
They're exceptional, bro. The coaching is A+ top tier. Like,
It's a Super Bowl roster when you look at it
yeah,
on paper.
it's really just Justin Herbert in the
Yeah.
playoffs and can they stay healthy for a full 17?
Yeah.
That's
Which-
my problem. That's
that's
why
fine.
they're not a
Yep.
contender.
That's completely fine.
It's exactly where I'm at.
Their personnel is so good.
They're loaded, bro.
Our good friend Steven says they're going to win the division.
Yeah.
It's possible. I still have the Broncos, but
Man, like, I want to believe in Justin Herbert. It's just, I can't until I see it.
I don't know. I sat here last year and said I think this is the year Herbert gets over the Demons when we did stuff like this. Obviously, he didn't, and they got hurt. Then I sat here when he lost, and I said, I'm done with it. I'm never doing it again.
He's back
But
already.
here I am just like, bro, they are loaded, bro. You could, like, obviously the Rams are the Rams. You can make the case this is the best team in the AFC.
Most complete team. Yeah.
No, I mean, you're
Fuck.
roster-wise,
And, like, they have a guy who, like, he can be, like, Herbert can be that guy. Oh, fuck. Man. Playoff lock, but
Move on before he changes. his
Yeah.
mind.
yeah, no, I mean, I'm not. I'm hard stance on playoff lock at this
I'm there
point.
too. I'm
You
not.
guys
I'm not
definitely-
putting them in
Yeah.
contender.
I
I'm
can't
on
see them
playoff lock.
stumbling unless the injuries hit again. But as I said before,
Could happen.
injuries
But-
always do hit. But yeah, all right. So next team up, we'll talk about one of the worst teams in the NFL before we get into the other two, the Las Vegas Raiders.
this is interesting one.
They're not as bad as the Dolphins.
No.
I think the Jets made similar moves to them, but the Raiders made more.
The Raiders definitely got better.
100%.
And plus Max is
And
still
got
there.
Max back.
Right.
They were also, like, that defense was atrocious last year. Like, I couldn't name a single starter outside of Max Crosby on their defense last year, but made a lot of moves. And
I love
like we said,
Clint. I
think they
Clint's one of my
improved so
guys.
much at coaching. Since like we're talking about that, I think they improved so much at coaching. Yeah.
But like they're probably ass.
They still don't have a receiver.
Yeah.
they don't have a
Okay.
receiver. Jalen Naylor, their wide receiver one.
I kind of like Jalen Naylor.
I
I don't
love
think he's a
Jalen
wide
Naylor.
receiver one.
No.
Yeah.
He's not a wide receiver one.
They're
but
probably still ass.
I really fucking like Jalen Naylor.
I think they made great moves. They did a good job,
They
honestly.
did a great job, but they're still
ass.
They could be a fun little team depending on how good Mendoza is.
Dude, I don't think they're ass.
They're not quite mid. They're just not. Rookie quarterback, it's just not gonna. They're gonna have a top 6 pick next year.
I'm not high on Fernando Mendoza, which makes me want to put them in ass. But if this was like a legit, like, can't miss quarterback prospect, I would put them in not quite ass.
Mendoza's not even my issue. It's a new head coach, new quarterback. Like, it's just not going to get put together this year. It's just not. And they don't have, like, you need to get a receiver to put with Fernando Mendoza. Like, I know Brock Bowers is basically their wide receiver one.
He is.
Thank you, bud.
It's not basically. Like, he is a top 10 weapon.
I'm
in
saying
the NFL.
basically because he's a tight end.
But yeah.
So they need a receiver, though, still. And, yeah, they need another running back. They probably need not Aiden O'Connell behind him. They need a veteran quarterback behind Fernando Mendoza. Like, they need a few things.
I'm pretty sure they just.
To get an O'Connell to find backup. He's won games,
I'd probably want, like, an actual veteran to sit behind Fernando Mendoza.
I guess. I like Aiden O'Connell.
As a backup, I think he's fine.
I like this team.
I like the moves they made, but I think we're free agency merchants.
Yeah.
And we just love change.
Their secondary is also still ass.
But the thing is,
They're
like,
still probably mid, bro.
two teams that were super active in free agency last year
Because they needed
made
it.
the fucking Super Bowl.
No, it's so different. It's so different. Drake May was going on a second year. Vrabel's probably a better coach than Kubiak. Also, the Patriots' defense is way better than what this defense is right here.
Who's their DC?
I looked this up not too long ago.
Who did they hire as their defense coordinator?
Like- Max Crosby's great. Quay
Rob
Walker,
Leonard.
Nakobe Dean is cool.
Rob Leonard.
Where's he from?
He was the team's run game coordinator / defensive line coach.
For the Raiders?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
And they promoted him? Yeah, like,
Yep.
that's not enough to move me.
Like, they made a lot of moves but their defense they had no good players, bro. They had fucking Devin White out there.
Like, they need an actual pass
They
rusher
got Nakobe Dean and Quay
next to
Walker.
Max Crosby, too. Like, Quiddy Pay is cool, but, like,
He's fine.
I like Malcolm Kuntz in a second year back from a torn Achilles, personally. But
They still don't have a secondary.
yeah.
Darian
Darian
Porter,
Porter's
Eric Stokes, and
cool.
Teron Johnson.
Eric Stokes was there.
Well, yeah, Eric Stokes played well last year.
Yeah, he was good for them.
Yeah,
Teron Johnson.
they're ass.
Yeah, they're
they
ass.
got better, but they're ass. They were the number one pick. Like, it's hard to go from
It's a steep climb.
number one pick to not quite mid.
For
but-
sure. For sure. Yeah, yeah, they're ass. Yeah, you're right. I like them. They're fun, though. I'm actually, for the first time in a long time, excited to watch a Raiders game. I can't lie.
I just don't see it.
It also just depends on, like we said, like Mendoza.
That's part of the reason why I'm excited to watch them. How is he good?
I agree.
Like, is he good? So,
No, yeah, they're a league pass team for sure.
Yeah.
they're a league pass team, agreed.
I'll be watching. Like,
Yeah.
They're on one of my TVs.
Jalen Naylor, wide receiver one,
Well-
is interesting.
We watch, quad box all the time.
Everybody.
But that's what I'm saying. They're like one of my
What are your quad
boxes.
boxes?
Yeah.
I just watch Red Zone. I get too overstimulated watching that shit.
You'll get bored of them when they start 1-4, 1-5, probably.
Amanda was getting pissed because I was using the multi-game for March Madness on the TV, and
Yeah.
like Like if you do 2 games, like one is slightly bigger than
Yep.
the other, but like it's still like mad empty space.
Yeah.
She's like, yo, like I can't fucking see. Like, why do we have to do this? I was like, because I want to watch both games. She's like, but how do you fucking see? I'm like, to the untrained eye, like this is just 2 small boxes. But I've been doing this my whole life, like watching multiple games. You know what I mean? Like,
It's another
good
day in
point.
the office.
yeah.
Exactly. We're used to this
Like
shit.
I think I had the Florida game on, and one of the games I was a blowout. She's like, "Why do we have to watch this?"
What a fucking upset, man.
Like, well,
Speaking of
because we
Florida.
do have to watch. Like,
Yeah.
it's my goal to watch every single March Madness game. Bro.
The reigning national champs have fallen. That's pretty crazy.
We have so many teams to get to. Holy crap.
Yeah, yeah. We'll move this thing along a little bit. Denver Broncos, I think adding Jalen Waddle barely lost too much. Yes, you lost John Franco Myers, but
Yeah.
yes. But you added Jalen Waddle on the other side of things. They're contenders.
I
Yeah.
agree. Yeah.
I hate that they didn't make an actual running back move though.
I agree.
Like
Completely
Dobbins
agree
is
too.
good when he plays, but you know the J.K. Dobbins story. And all the rumors like leading up were like they were going to be in the mix for all those.
They tried.
They still
I know.
totally
That's what I'm saying.
could draft one.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
This is as of today.
But yes,
Yeah.
as of
Harvey
today.
sucks.
That's kind of where I'm. And like they were in the mix
it was
for
a
all
bad
the
pick
guys.
when they made it though too. When everybody was kind of
Yeah,
like
he was
Harvey
a
was
second
like,
rounder. Yeah.
right. Everybody was probably like, oh, what does Sean Payton see in RJ Harvey? And
Yeah.
then he played and he was like, oh,
What does Sean Payton
he
see in
is-
RJ Harvey? Like,
Good as a rotational. He's a
but
like.
he wasn't a second round pick.
No.
He's a great pass protector.
He's a
pass catcher.
phenomenal receiving back,
Mm.
Yeah.
honestly. But like Dobbins and RJ.
Yeah, but you
Harvey-
don't use
completely
a
agree.
second round pick
No,
on a really
I
good
completely
receiver.
agree.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
I
what I'm
completely
saying.
agree.
That's why it's like so.
And then
heavily
again, like
scrutinized.
all the rumblings were that they were in the mix for Brees. They were potentially in the mix for Ken,
Yep.
ETN, like all these guys, and they brought back J.K. Dobbins. Like that kind of sucks.
Yeah.
Because like
Love it for Dog.
Bo, for as awesome as Bo is, like, and as much as we like to fucking poop on Bo, Bo gets tasked with a lot, not
Yes, he
having a
does.
fucking run game behind
Right.
him. You know what I mean?
severely
And it's
underrated.
like so many things. Like the running backs aren't good enough, especially when Dobbins goes out and RJ Harvey's your bell cow. Also, like for the best offensive line in the league, are they really that fucking good? If you can't have, if they have no run game, like
right.
does any of that fall on the offensive line? You know what I mean? Like
They just got to keep Dobbins healthy, and they'll be fine.
It's a tall task. That's a very
Nobody's
tall
been able
task.
to do that
Like
yet.
the hardest task in the NFL.
Nobody has been able to do that just yet. So
He was healthy. Played like 14 games.
14 ain't gonna cut it, brother. We need you healthy for the playoffs.
Yeah, he's got to play in the playoffs.
So
they're
that's-
contenders, so
100%. Adding
Yeah.
Waddle is just huge.
It opens up everything for them, everything. So it helps a lot when Cortland Sutton isn't your only weapon.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
just
What's your pause on them?
no pause on them. I just feel like I know there's the Herbert concerns, but I feel like if the Bills and Broncos are contenders, so are the fucking Chargers.
No, the Broncos are better than the Chargers.
Broncos would have been in the Super Bowl last year.
No, I know that. Chargers had 2 all-pro tackles out.
Herbert would have been booty cheeks regardless.
Year prior, he was booty cheeks regardless. I'm just not ready to crown them yet until he conquers those playoff demons. I just can't. And I know how great they are, but it's at the end of the day, it's just like the Chargers are cursed. They're one of those organizations that are just cursed. So it's tough. Last team in this division is the Kansas City Chiefs. Little blip last season for them in the dynastic run that they've had. Does that continue, or are they right back to being contenders? This roster, let me just be transparent, is not good.
No, it's not.
Like, not good. Man, like, Pat Mahomes himself is a contender, but last year they weren't winning games with Pat Mahomes healthy. They were a 500 football team.
Ken
with Pat
Walker's a massive get, though.
They're playoff locks. Let's not be ridiculous.
No, well, yeah, they're playoff locks, but does it go further than that? Are they contenders?
We have a tier called playoff locks. That's where I'm saying they should go.
You don't believe that the Chiefs are contenders?
Today, like, no.
Yeah, they didn't do enough. Like, Ken Walker's great. They didn't make the playoffs.
Their defense was like this all season, and they got worse.
And they just traded away their best corner.
They did trade
and
away
lost the other one in free agency. Like,
and lost Brian Cook and lost Leo Chenal, and
their defense is significantly worse.
They got ravaged. I agree.
I still think they'll find their way into the playoffs, but like they're not a contender today. They're not.
Especially in an NFL where we're seeing that having a complete roster is almost more important than having the guy at quarterback. But
which I love, by the way.
Yeah.
Gives us little guys that don't really get quarterbacks a chance.
True.
If you
Us little guys like the Seahawks.
if you believe they can make the playoffs though, and they're a playoff lock, that's where I'm going.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
If you believe that the Chiefs are a playoff lock and they have one of, if not the greatest playoff quarterbacks to ever live, does that not elevate them to just being a contender? Because if they're in, we will all say the exact same thing, and I promise you that.
Not
They
me.
can beat anyone.
They can beat anybody.
Yeah, but if you're
agree,
in the
but
playoffs, anybody could beat anybody.
Yeah, like
for
I
being
think
honest.
the Chargers could beat anyone.
So could the Patriots. Obviously, they made it to the Super Bowl. Like,
Yeah,
But
then every playoff team's a contender.
they're not a bona fide contender.
But
right
it's
now, bro.
different. It's very different
They're
because
just
one
not
of
a
them
bona
has
fide
shown time
contender,
and time
bro.
again that in the biggest moments he's going to rise to the occasion.
I know, bro, but like,
What if they're on the bubble?
No.
so that's what I was just about to say. Like, if you really look at it, we're giving him enough grace by making them playoff lock. They probably should be on the bubble. They weren't going to make the playoffs last year.
They also
regardless of if he didn't
Yeah.
tear his ACL or not, they probably weren't making the playoffs last year, and they got worse.
They also did nothing at tackle. And like they go up against one of those
Well, Josh
ferocious pass
Simmons
rushes.
was-
Oh yeah.
They're at
I mean, he was
best
good, but,
the third best team in their division. At best.
It's just uncomfortable.
It got
But
uncomfortable when they missed the playoffs.
We're giving them the Mahomes thing by making them playoff lock.
No, I get it.
This is a team that
That's
should be on the bubble. Like, really.
Yeah.
Given what happened last year, I am not shocked. Like, I love him and I will ride. He's above my head. Like, I'll ride for him till the day I die. I wouldn't be shocked if they miss the playoffs again next year. With the roster today. If they make some more moves, we'll see what happens. Roster today, season starts tomorrow. I would not be shocked if this is not a playoff team. Bro, they're not good.
No, their defense is
And they got
so
worse.
bad.
They got worse.
They got so much worse.
They have a couple good picks. So they could have a good draft, but as it sits right now,
They do have two firsts.
That's what
Right.
I'm saying. We're giving them enough, like, Mahomes sacks by making them playoff lock. Because this team is by no means a playoff lock. They're not a contender.
absolutely not.
What I said about the Patriots, I would be shocked if they won the Super Bowl. With this roster today, I would be shocked. Blown away. Socks blown off. Pants blown off.
I guess it's rough because like I gotta not project for them to do well in the draft, which they historically do. Tyreek Hill is probably on his way, I still assume. God, I just firmly believe that if they're in the playoffs, man, it's impossible to not say they're a contender. They have resided in no less than the AFC Championship game aside from last season. Yes, I know.
I just think now, like, anything's possible. Like, we sat here mid-season last year, and we all said, oh, the Chiefs are going to make the playoffs. Like, let's not worry about it. And they ended up missing the playoffs. Like, just because Pat Mahomes is in the playoffs doesn't mean he's an instant contender. Like, I still think they're not as good as a team like I think even out of the 3 playoff lock teams right now, they're the worst team in that little trio.
I don't know, man. History has proven that if they are in the playoffs,
I know, but their
Mahomes
teams
is an
were
instant
much
contender.
better
So
than
much
they
better.
are.
but there have been Chiefs teams in the past that like they go into the playoffs and it's like the 29th ranked defense, and then all of a sudden playoffs come and Spags does what Spags does, and it's a defense that turns in a great playoff run all of a sudden, and all Patrick Mahomes has to do is do what Patrick Mahomes does, which is come up big in the biggest moments of a game, time and time again. Like
Who'd they get at OC?
they got Eric Bieniemy back. So still
Won a
familiarity.
Super Bowl with him, yeah.
Yeah, they like their own guys.
Couple, yeah.
I get
They're
it.
just not a contender.
I
bro.
get it. I guess.
What do you think?
I see your sentiment, but like, just, bro, the team on paper is just so bad. It's just so bad. The defense on paper is just not good right now, today. Again, they could still, Tyreek Hill could come in, sure. They have 2 first-round picks.
Right.
But
Xavier Worthy showed me nothing. Tyquan Thornton's has one job, and it's
No.
run down the field.
who knows what's going to happen with Rice, too. So
Jalen Royals is a nothing burger. Like,
Nothing burger.
even their RB2 is Amari DeMarcado.
Also, like a team that made the playoffs last year, the Patriots. Like we went into the playoffs and said they're not a Super Bowl contender, but anyone could beat anyone in the playoffs, and they made the Super Bowl. Like I feel that way about the Chiefs can beat anyone and make the Super Bowl. That doesn't make them like when we're talking contender, we're talking like bona fide. Like they're just not.
Can I say something? They might miss the playoffs again.
That's
He said that.
what I
before.
said.
before,
Yeah. Like, Pat Mahomes misses the first 4 weeks, and you have Justin Fields at quarterback with this terrible defense.
Yeah.
You might go 0-4 to start the season. You might go 1-3.
Where I'm at is I was with you until like Chris made the point that we're giving them grace by making them playoff lock. We're giving them the
Right.
Mahomes tax, as you called it. So that's
Right.
that's where I'm at.
The more we talk about it, the more I want to put them on the bubble.
Right.
Like, actually.
They're realistically by no
suck.
means are they a playoff lock, but it's Patrick Mahomes.
Chris Jones also isn't who he
Yeah,
once was. Like, he didn't have a good year, right? Like, even the guys who you know to be great haven't been great. Nick Bolton wasn't as good. Like,
Yeah.
their
No,
locks
I
on
guess.
defense are no longer locks.
Playoff locks.
They had a lock on
Kinda move
defense. Traded him away.
Bro's like, man, let's get out of here before they go on the bubble.
Yeah.
Yeah, nah, I get it. I get it. I just
I get your sentiment though. I do.
No,
I'll never
that they
I'll
can beat
never
anyone.
count 15.
We'll
out.
all sit up. Yeah.
I
yeah.
agree with what you're saying. I'm
Yes.
just talking about in terms of where we place them on the tier list. I completely agree. If they make the playoffs, I'll probably get up here and fucking pick them to make the fucking Super Bowl, honestly, because it's Pat Mahomes.
That's my
100%.
point. That's my point. If they get in,
But like a team that we're not even confident can actually
that's
make
what
the
I'm saying. They're-
playoffs just can't go in.
Like, they're barely a playoff lock.
Yeah,
like, they
yeah.
probably shouldn't be a playoff lock, but that's enough. And we saw it last year. A team that we all said wasn't a contender but was a playoff lock went on to make a Super Bowl run.
Right.
So,
Like, if we're
anything could
taking the names at face value, they're not a playoff lock.
No.
no shot.
yeah. Yeah, I guess you're right. I'm keeping them there though. That's where
That's
I believe they should be at least.
That's fine.
All right, AFC South. Let's talk about the team with last year's #1 overall pick, Cam Ward, the Tennessee Titans. I surprisingly don't think they're ass. I don't think they're ass. I really don't. I think they're going to be a fun team to watch. I think they're going to be like 7-10 or 8-9. I really do. They've added so much, and I know free agency, again, we get too wrapped up in it, but I expect a year 2 for jump for Cam Ward. I believe in the additions that they've made, and I think Rob Saleh, Brian Dable is a pretty decent duo, whether you like him or not. So
I agree with you. I don't love they spent a lot of money, but like JFM was a great move. I like Cordell Flott on defense, but like they just didn't.
and Josh Williams and Delonte Taylor
Yeah.
added again. I don't care what you think of him. Jermaine Johnson is a solid player. It's better than what they had last year. They added a lot on defense, and Rob Saleh always gets more out of his defensive personnel than just about anybody does.
Just Wandale's your wide receiver one, man. That is not.
Well,
sitting right
technically,
with me.
it's Calvin Ridley, but
it's probably even worse.
They have an all-pro.
Huh?
They have an all-pro in their wide receiver
Shamir
room.
DK.
Oh,
Shamir DK.
Yeah.
That's my goat.
he's cool.
He's so cool. Such a cool guy.
No, they're probably yes. Actually, the more I talk about it,
They're probably yes. It's the same as the Raiders. They made a lot of moves, but
man, they're
I
fun.
had a lot of hope for them.
They're
in the
fun,
offseason.
bro. They're fun.
I agree.
I think so too, but
We're not grading this on a fun
I know.
scale,
I know.
though.
I got to
7-10
separate.
is
Shit, because
bro. 7 wins.
the
is a lot.
Dolphins might be an S tier if we're grading it on fun. Fun how bad they are.
Yeah.
Fun to watch how bad they are.
No, I'm not looking forward to watching Dolphins football. I am
It's
looking
gonna be
forward to
hilarious.
watching.
It's gonna be a ton of memes. That's S tier and fun. No, yeah, I think the Titans are better than the Raiders today, but I think they're both
agree.
ass.
I think they're the best of the ass tier.
Yeah, we could potentially we haven't put anyone in not quite mid yet, so like we
I
could
wouldn't mind it.
potentially move them up.
Year
but
2
even there
Cam
for
Ward
now.
with Brian Dable could be.
I believe in Cam Ward, and I
do
believe
too.
in a year 2 jump for Cam Ward with Brian Dable.
As do I.
I like Wan'Dale Robinson because Wan'Dale Robinson isn't a wide receiver one, but he's one of those. He's a quarterback's best friend.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, like he's going to help Cam Ward. They probably will. They're going to draft a receiver at some point. I know we're doing this based on today, but just speaking out loud, like they're going to draft.
Could draft
a receiver.
Jeremiah Love. Could still take another edge. Like they're gonna get better at the draft.
I heard Shefty saying that Jeremiah Love likely ain't going to the Titans or the Giants. He's probably a Commander.
That's so hype. Tony Pollard's so awesome. I couldn't even think of the word.
1,000
Like,
yards, 4 years in a row. bro.
Awesome is probably not how I describe Tony Pollard, but like good.
Sure.
He is good. Where did we put him in our?
I think we actually put him
he's
in
good.
good.
Good. Yeah, he's a good running back.
They're ass still.
They're ass. Yeah.
Yeah, for now.
They're like a nice ass. So like.
That's
An
what I'm
ass that you want to
saying.
look
That's what
at.
I'm saying.
you know what I'm
Yes.
saying?
Like Escarjo.
Yeah, like there's some asses that like you take a peek and you're like, but like,
Not
then
straight,
there's
right.
There's some.
there's
like,
some ass where like you just can't stop looking.
Can't
you
look
know what I
away.
mean? Yeah,
Can't look away.
like this might be an ass that my eyes are glued to.
Can't take them off, bro. It's like the Will Levis Titans in a way, except this is going to be a good version of the Will Levis.
that was
Titans.
great when he was just doing something utterly
You
ridiculous.
just couldn't take your eyes off the screen.
Yeah.
Good times.
You just couldn't take your eyes off the screen. All right, next team up in the AFC South is the Indianapolis Colts, who Daniel Jones coming back from a torn Achilles, but this team started 8-1 last year and looked like one of the best teams in the NFL. They lost Michael Pittman, didn't add much at all, but they're running back the same team from last year essentially. How do we feel about them?
Who is their quarterback for the first few weeks of the season? Because it's not going to be Daniel Jones.
Riley Leonard, I don't know.
It's likely going to be Riley Leonard
Yeah, Richardson's probably gonna get dealt.
or cut.
Yeah, he's just not gonna. Yeah, he's not gonna play for them.
I will say Riley Leonard didn't look the worst last year.
Yeah,
This is a tough case. They're on the bubble.
So I was about to say they're definitely not an ass.
No,
No.
definitely not.
Far from that. Not quite ass. I just feel like they're with Daniel Jones, they're a competitive team. In my opinion.
Yeah, I mean they're really good.
on defense, their secondary is going to be elite.
Mm-hmm. I feel like Latu had a great year too.
Yeah,
He did, yeah.
their interior guys were good.
I don't know, bro. Their D line doesn't
I actually like their D-line.
inspire confidence in me at all.
and Grover?
Actually,
They're not like that's not one of the strengths of their team, but like they're good enough to get the job done with that secondary group behind them. No,
yeah, secondary's good. Linebackers are
What sucks is they don't have a first-round pick.
yeah,
Yeah,
Like I don't see this team being able to stop the run. Quite frank.
I think they're
They're pretty thin on offense, if we're being honest too. Like past Alec Pierce and Josh Downs, like
they should be on the bubble though. I feel like this is a team that should be contending for a playoff spot, right?
sure,
healthy offensive line. It's very good.
sure. I
so
was leaning
Jonathan
not quite
Taylor.
mid, but yeah, we could put on
They're
the bubble.
better than not. Quite
Yeah.
I actually
mid,
personally like how
We were-
Downs
yeah.
and Pierce complement each other too.
right? Yeah. And Nick Westbrook Akina,
What I'm saying is like past them, it's like you have
Laquan
Tyler
Treadwell
Warren, but-
still treading water.
yep.
How is he still in the league?
Mo Alley Cox.
Tyler
Tyler Warren.
Tyler Warren. Yeah, I forgot. Tyler Warren exists too. They got weapons.
Yeah, they're on the bubble.
It's just tough because like Daniel Jones is the X factor, and that's
They could go 0-4.
typically
0-5 with them.
never a good thing.
Also, he's
How
coming
does
off
he
an
come back?
Achilles,
Yeah,
right?
that's kind of what I was.
Typically
getting at.
those guys take a few.
Yeah.
months.
It's true too.
Yeah.
Right, like if he comes in and
Oh,
I mean even
They're not quite as.
even before he got hurt, he was falling off.
Would they give him 2 years, $100 million extension too? That's pretty
Yep.
crazy.
Does the Daniel Jones factor make them not quite ass?
The Daniel Jones injury, yeah. The
It's
Daniel
like,
Jones injury makes
I'm
them
not saying like
quite
Daniel
ass.
Jones the player. I'm just saying like how he comes back from the injury.
That's where I'm at.
Daniel Jones is like a box of chocolates.
You never know what you're gonna
get.
get.
And like I felt like they should have went out and gotten a quality backup
Yep.
by this point.
They
and
probably just have faith in Riley Leonard
Kinda
because
like Riley Leonard.
he really wasn't that bad when he played. And like I
no,
think
but like I'm not starting my season week 1 with Riley Leonard.
Well,
I agree. I
that-
just think like
Shane Steichen might like him.
with backup quarterbacks, it's a lot of like teams and coaches want more a guy that knows the offense
Yes.
rather than
and is similar
like
to
go
their
out and
starter.
and like go out and get a Flacco or something. Like you know what I mean? Like sure, he's a better quarterback, but you'll take a downgrade at that, but knows
Why
the
would
system and knows
and
the
why
offense.
wouldn't the Chiefs retain Gardner Minshew and
He also
trade
tore
for
He
his
tore his
ACL.
ACL.
trade for Justin Fields?
He also tore his ACL.
Okay. He'll be fine by the season.
Well, he tore it after Mahomes.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, we'll see. The Cardinals picked him up. I don't
They
know
actually
why.
tore it in the same.
I don't know
was it
how
the
he
same
signed a
game?
contract with.
No, he didn't
ACL.
actually tear his ACL. They thought he tore his ACL, but it ended up not being a torn ACL.
Oh, he didn't.
Really?
I'm like
Because he signed with the Cardinals.
Yeah.
and he's competing for the starting job.
%something sure.
No, they named
No, they
Brissett the
named
starter.
Jacoby Brissett the starter
No,
a
I
month
know,
ago.
I know, but like he's on the team.
He ain't competing for nothing.
No,
Let's see.
get you someone that is as confident in you as the Arizona Cardinals are in Jacoby Brissett.
Matt LaFleur loves him.
Starter-
Mike LaFleur
Starter
loves
in
him.
March is crazy, bro.
It was essentially a severe bone bruise in his knee.
What
Initially
the
feared to be a torn
fuck?
ACL.
Wow.
The injury did not require surgery, but
Case in
ended the
point,
season.
why wouldn't the Chiefs just?
How'd I
retain
miss
Gardner
that?
Minshew?
It was a
Wow.
non-displaced tibal plateau fracture. In other words, a bad bone bruise, avoiding a torn
Maybe the
ACL.
Chiefs just want to run the ball every play, every game.
Apparently, they want to start.
Power run.
They want to see just how bad they could start before.
They brought Eric Bieniemy in to teach Justin Fields how to be a running back at the quarterback position. So,
Basically.
Basically, yeah.
Um,
So on the bubble or not quite mid.
I think not quite mid.
not quite mid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah, because even when Daniel Jones comes back, like how good is he going to be?
Yeah.
I'm rooting for the Colts' downfall so bad.
What? You were literally a fan of the Colts last year.
And they did what you wanted. They
Well,
brought your guy Daniel
actually,
back.
they have their firsts. Forgot about that.
We have their 2027 first.
Forgot about that.
That changes everything.
So I'm rooting against them, and then we get the better of Packers and Dallas's pick. So
That could be.
any of those three teams, I want them all to be terrible,
So you have picks 1, 2, and 3.
basically.
Imagine.
That'd be the most
Imagine that
insane
happened.
shit ever. Jets would manage to fuck that
Fuck
up.
all of them up.
Jets would manage to fuck
Draft
that up.
all the wrong guys.
Next team, very quiet in free agency. AFC South, obviously still in the AFC South. Jacksonville Jaguars. They're on the bubble for me. They didn't make any improvements.
Bro, Chris Rodriguez, RB1. Good God.
Well,
Yo,
what?
I'm a believer, bro. I'm a believer in
Chris Rodriguez.
C-Rod, bro.
Bro, he's on my dynasty team. I am too.
I'm a believer,
So,
bro.
All right, so
I see it. I see it.
I don't think he's necessarily like the ideal back, but the dude has been productive every opportunity he's been given. To be fair, like,
Also, he's not going to have to be a bell cow.
no, they're gonna split.
It's Tootin was cool last
And
year.
LaQuinn Allen will
LaQuinn
probably
Allen's
be involved.
Insane in pass, bro. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. He's not going to have to be. He's a really damn good runner of the football, C-Rod. I'm a believer.
You
He's
could
not
feel that way,
Travis.
and that still doesn't.
They got worse in the running back room, 100%. What a disappointment, man.
Yeah.
Like, after the season they had, like, this should be a playoff lock team, but they're just not.
Their secondary kind of stinks.
Yeah. That's why someone
Old
needs-
Travie Patty needs to play corner.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, Jordan Lewis is freaking awesome as a nickel.
Yeah, he's an
Yeah,
amazing
but
nickel, but
Their safeties are. I mean, those guys had really
Those
good
guys were-
years.
were
though. They
solid.
had good years. They're just like, you don't think of them as like.
nah,
but
they're
losing Devin Lloyd fucking blows.
Yeah.
although they were cool without him. But
Like, I like Foyesade. He's according to a model, he's he's fucking goated. Honestly.
All he does is get tackled.
Yeah.
He's a tackler.
That's all you need to do with this model,
a little something.
Yeah.
Like he has some 98 graded seasons.
98
We fixed it though.
PFF, bro.
out of 100.
Yeah, PFF.
PFF, bro. Come on.
Right, right.
Who is this?
Foyer Wuakan.
Oh.
He's been amongst the league leaders in tackles every single year, but that doesn't necessarily mean you're a good defensive player. So
No, it usually just means
He's one of
your
those
defense
ones who I
sucks.
think is actually good though.
He is
I think
solid,
Foyer's
yeah.
good.
Yeah, he's a good player.
he's a solid player.
I like their team a lot, but they're on the bubble.
Yeah.
They could very well be back in the playoffs. They
could mow
also
down this division.
very
honestly.
well miss the playoffs. Like,
Yeah.
definition of on the bubble.
It all depends. If Trevor Lawrence is really that guy that we saw
They should make
towards
the
the
playoffs.
second half of the season,
Despite the losses.
not
they
even
should be
they're
back in the
lock.
playoffs.
Like
Yeah.
they're a lock if that's the Trevor Lawrence we're going to get for a full season, in my opinion. That's
What
an
do you
MVP player.
I feel like you're gathering a thought.
That or he's not paying attention.
No, he was
I'm
paying
kidding.
attention. He's gathering a thought.
So
He said Trevor Lawrence, and he started.
Yeah.
His brain started turning. 'Cause I know Dean's not a Trev guy either.
Yeah.
I'm not a Trev guy. I think they overachieved last year. I think.
Okay.
I think Bubble's a good place to put him. I'm not ready to lock him in for the playoffs, right? Like,
Yeah.
I think Bubble's a perfect spot for. They're better than the Colts, right? But they're not as good as the Patriots. They're not as good as the Chargers or Chiefs.
I agree.
All AFC teams. I mean, obviously, you've only done the AFC so far, but like, they're not as good as those top 5 teams.
I agree.
I
I
agree.
think the point that Matt was making though is like if Trev plays how he played to end the season, like at that level,
They are
it'd be
playoff level.
shocking if they don't make the playoffs.
What was
If
he, like,
Trev's
10
playing
touchdowns,
that
no picks,
good,
some shit like that.
I'm not
Bro.
ready to bet on that.
no, I agree. That's why they're on the
what I'm
bubble.
saying.
Yeah.
100%.
Could
If he's
totally
at
be
that
the case.
level though, they're making the playoffs.
Year 2 in a Liam Cohen system could totally be the case.
I agree with that. If Trev plays as well as he played, sure.
I
But I'm
kind
not
of like.
ready to-
I want to bet. Like
I wanna bet on that,
I
too.
believe in what I saw from Trev. Like we know the talent was always there. And
I believe in Cohen too.
do
so,
what Doug
yeah.
did.
Very much believe in
Yeah.
Cohen. And honestly, he always has a good run game. It seems.
Yeah.
So
That's why I believe in C-Rod, bro. Bro, that was his guy at Kentucky, bro. C-Rod's gonna fucking cook. I'm gonna get the jersey. I'm gonna get a C-Rod jersey. Imagine I pull up here to fucking Chris Rodriguez jersey. That'd be fucking goated.
Do you think they trade BTJ on draft night?
I don't think they should. I feel like they have no reason to trade him.
I feel like he just doesn't want to be there, if anything. I saw reports that him and Liam Cohen don't really see eye to eye.
In the same vein of what you said about moving Hunter to corner, I could see them trading Brian Thomas for like a second and drafting secondary pieces.
I guess. I don't know. I just think like if you trade BTJ, like you have to have like a plan of how you're gonna attack.
You
Because
also lose value.
if you just trade, you lose value, and if you just trade BTJ, then like you have a hole in the secondary and you have a hole at wide receiver. Travis can't play.
No, he's not going to play both. He's not going to
ways,
play
You know
both.
what I mean? Like,
but you don't have a whole wide receiver because you are moving Travis full time the receiver to maximize what you paid for
yeah,
Travis
unless the plan is to play him at corner. Like we don't know. Yeah, you have to have a plan.
Hunter. It
It's
just
kind
wouldn't
of
make sense.
I still think there's a world he plays both sides.
Not full time, bro. It's
Not
not possible.
full time, but like
that can't
I could
be
see
the
I could see
answer.
him getting
Yeah.
to 3/4 on both sides. I totally like. I know we've never seen it. I
just
know
can't.
that.
Just so much tax on him. Like,
And he already is an injury deep.
yeah.
Like his first season in the NFL.
Yeah, but it didn't happen on the field, bro. It happened in like a practice.
But
fruit
that's not
drill.
wear and tear on your body.
No, he wasn't
Like-
playing.
Like college
But that
football
can't
game.
be
he
a
was
clutch.
barely playing.
No, he was playing, bro. He was playing. Like he was still
He was
playing.
playing like 70% of snaps total in the game.
They had
He was
just
playing
upped
less than he
his-
was playing in college.
They had just. Upped
I
his
just think
snaps.
trading BTJ like opens up a hole that like you really don't need to open. And
Yeah.
although BTJ wasn't who he was as a rookie, obviously, and it was a disappointing season, BTJ is like. Oh, and although Trev just refuses to throw him the ball a lot of the time, like his deep threat ability opens up the game for those other guys underneath.
I just
Whereas
think
like
he's,
Travis, if you want to say Travis is a better receiver, we don't got to get into that. But like Travis isn't the deep threat that BTJ's just ability to stretch the field opens everything up for everyone else. Like,
It just feels
he's
like
very important to them.
he's an expensive, a highly valued deep threat that doesn't fit in there. Like he, the type of player he is, he needs to get the ball, and he's just not going to get it in this offense. And I feel like he knows it. Trev knows it. Liam Cohen knows it. The GM knows it. He's just like kind of like a misfit. Like they're not going to throw the deep ball to Brian Thomas 5 to 7 times a game like he wants.
I think there's also a world where, like, maybe he's the key. Maybe Cohen looks at it and says he's the key to take this to a new height. Because you got to remember, like, he went into the season, and granted, he was ass, lowlights, yada, yada. They went into the season and had him playing a role that we all knew he wasn't, like, that wasn't the role for him. Then you implement Travis, you go out and get Jacoby Myers, and you throw him on the outside. Like, that wasn't, it just, like, wasn't a part of the offense. What if the deep ball, like, becomes a part of the offense? You know what I mean?
Possible.
Like, the deep ball just wasn't a part of their offense.
But their offense found so much success with
It did, but what if it's... I'm not saying change
you can
the
unlock
offense.
a whole new level.
I'm not saying
Yeah.
change the offense. I'm saying add to the offense.
For sure. But also in the same vein, if someone's willing to pay a price that you don't believe he's worth, you probably take it.
Yeah, yeah. If you
I don't-
feel like you
I
No
just
one's giving
don't
him a
think-
first
at
round.
the end,
Right,
at the end of the day,
I'm
you're
saying
always
if someone
losing
offers you a
value. on
second,
it.
though,
Like,
He's only worth a second right now.
that's what I'm saying.
What
He's
it
on a
is.
team-friendly deal. Like, you're losing value on where you drafted him. Like,
But-
there's really...
This isn't the regime that drafted him. So you're not looking at it like that.
You kind of are because
still
you have the
losing value,
control.
yeah.
You have 3 years of control.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah, I don't think you're getting an offer for Brian Thomas.
I don't-
that,
yeah,
like,
I don't
you
think
can't
they're
refuse.
in a-
You know what I
they-
mean? Like,
Because even the second round
Their
receivers
internal-
are not equal to Brian
This
Thomas
is-
is better than every second round receiver
Yeah.
in the draft.
But this is what I'm saying. But that's not the point. The point is if you move Travis Hunter to receiver, and do you look at the corners that are in this draft, for example, or the secondary pieces that you could get and value them higher than a Brian Thomas? Because you can move Travis Hunter to receiver. Parker
Potentially,
Washington was killing down the stretch of last season. And Jacoby Myers, we know he's a vet. He's going to be good. He'll be solid for
I
you.
think that receiver, I would love it personally.
That's a sick
I just-
receiver trio.
That makes
still,
sense.
in my
I just don't know
personal
if they'll
opinion.
do it. Yeah.
And then Brenton Strange also ties it all together too.
I also like think that like what I was saying, like I think Brian Thomas's skills, although they don't throw him the ball, like are essential to the offense.
I think Travis Hunter
Those
is more of
three
a downfield threat than you think he is. Personally.
They just didn't use him like that. They literally only use him as like a slot that ran 3 routes.
I just don't think to the level of BTJ.
Yeah. Like, I think those 3 guys, like, maybe Travis is better than the other 2 as a downfield guy, sure, but like those 3 guys, their skill sets are
He's better at the catch
are
point.
redundant.
He's not as fast as Brian Thomas
Yeah,
or
yeah.
big, but he's
He's
better
elite
at the
at the
catch
no,
point.
he's great at the catch point, 100%. I'm just saying, like, those 3 guys, their skill sets are a little bit redundant.
Right. Travis Hunter's not going to burn you down the field.
Yeah.
probably.
No.
Yeah.
He might.
Great hands. All 3 of them.
good.
All 3 of them are just like great hands guys.
Yeah.
Obviously,
And
Travis is more explosive
2 of
than
them
a
can-
Jacoby Myers.
Yes.
But
2
like,
of them are elite
even
after the catch.
yeah, I was gonna
too,
say
yeah.
even Parker after the catch was fucking incredible. Like
I
it's
just
a little
saw
bit
so much
redundant.
Garrett Wilson and Travis Hunter, bro.
No,
I see the
agree.
exact
I think
same
Travis
thing.
Hunter's
I
awesome.
watched Travis Hunter. I'm like, yo, that's literally Garrett
The
Wilson.
way they move is so similar.
Yeah.
I think Travis is awesome. I don't know. I don't think the Jaguars should be in a rush to trade BTJ though.
I agree.
I also feel like the offense could be pretty fluid, right? Like, it could be Brian Thomas one week. It could also be Jacoby Myers one week. It could also be Parker Washington and Travis Hunter. Like, they could play Travis Hunter in most games that they need him at corner. They could also throw him at receiver one game and
If he's having a good day,
Right,
like you
right.
keep him at receiver. I agree.
Right.
Yeah.
You also
You're going
lost. Sorry, you lost a piece in the a big piece in the backfield. Like, why would you not want as much ammo at receiver as you could possibly have? You know what I mean?
I could see his point that where you're trying to beef up corner in the draft too.
That's
You
fair.
just need an extra pick.
Yeah, that's fair.
It just depends. Like if there's a guy like that you absolutely love and you need the extra
Right.
pick, like I guess there really shouldn't be a rush to trade Brian Thomas.
Yeah.
Unless he's like fucking crying, like I don't want to be here. Just please trade me.
He
Like,
might though behind the scenes. That
If
might be
that's
why
what
he's
he's
Good
doing,
even-
yeah,
organizations keep that under wraps.
no, yeah.
too,
If
so it
that's
could
what
be the
he's
case.
doing,
The
then
Jaguars, good organization.
sure.
This regime seems
No,
to be
I
good.
agree.
This
I agree.
regime
Yeah,
seems to
if
have it
that's
together.
what he's doing, then like it's a different case. But like if he's not bitching and complaining, there's really no. I don't think there's any reason to trade him. I also like he's better than people think. Like it was horrible. It was a season from hell last year.
He's
for
in
him.
the middle ground
He's
of what he was
better.
his rookie year and his second year.
And I just think that the problem lies in he hasn't had success with the starting quarterback. His only success came with the guy that's not on the team.
That is also very true.
Like, that's a problem.
I think that point's overblown. I think he was better with Mac, but also rookie BTJ was much better with Trevor Lawrence than second year BTJ. Like, he wasn't bad with Trev in the beginning.
But he didn't break out with Trev.
No, 100%. I agree. He was better with Mac Jones. Yeah, 100%.
Also, like, he was a rookie wide receiver. I also don't think that's just a one-to-one thing. That, like, he also just got better
but
as
it's
the
a
season
Like, he
data
came
point.
out in his
Data
first
point.
game and had what? Like, in week one, his rookie year had like 5 for 60 and a tug.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's not like he had no success with Trevor Lawrence.
Right.
Right.
He definitely did have the most success with Mac, but
Yeah.
bro, he's so talented, bro.
I agree. I want him on the Giants.
I
I think
want
he'd
him on
be
the
great
Giants.
as with Jackson Dart,
Yes.
like, and Malik Neighbors. I think that's where he fits.
Jackson Dart would just chuck the ball down.
I think he is
He'd be lit.
a perfect complement to Neighbors.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, look at OSU. And then I think he also fits because we are willing to throw the deep ball. But
They should send their second round pick in like a heartbeat. Honestly.
I agree. I hope they do the same thing, but
Would you do a second, like, and a fourth or something?
no. It should just
Think it's
be
too
a
much?
second. Way too much. Why are we giving up an extra pick? It should be valued at a
It's
second.
going to change the offense that much.
Does it take us to an elite offense?
BTJ? Maybe, yeah. Yeah.
See.
It's better than who's your wide receiver 2 right now?
Darius Slayton.
Okay.
He's basically Slayton.
Darnell
He's-
Mooney.
Oh yeah, Mooney. Still,
Very
Way
Slade
better than
2.0.
still, yeah.
Basically. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't know what they're going to do, but
All right.
We'll see.
Next team.
next team is the Houston Texans.
Playoff lock.
Playoff lock.
Let's keep it short. and
Keep
sweet
it
there.
moving.
Yeah.
NFC East. We'll jump to them, and we just spoke about them, the New York Giants.
Wait.
You forgot the North.
Did I,
brother.
I missed the
Got
AFC
the
North.
North,
too.
brother.
We're still in the AFC.
We're hour 20 in, bro.
All right.
AFC North.
Speed run the AFC North.
Yeah.
Browns ass.
Ass.
Shout out to him.
Yeah, I don't care to talk about the Browns.
Steelers on the bubble.
Steelers are on the bubble. They always are, as they should be. We're projecting that Aaron Rodgers is going
Yeah,
to be
this
back.
is the one projection I'll allow.
Yeah.
Aaron Rodgers should be back. The Bengals, I'm also going to say, because every year they're on the bubble.
Sure.
Yeah. Agreed.
I really think they had a good offseason. We talked about that already, though. I think they had a good offseason.
They did.
I think they made really solid moves.
I like
The
what you said when we
Bengals?
were talking about, like, this defense with Trey Hendrickson would be fire.
Yeah.
They don't have Trey Hendrickson, which sucks.
I mean, that would help.
Which sucks.
That would fucking help.
You think the Bengals are on the bubble?
Yeah.
They are seemingly every year
They win like 7-8 games every year
Yeah.
at minimum.
with Burrow missing.
Yeah, I
time.
mean, Burrow missed 8 games last year. They went 6-11, but
The offensive line is honestly like low key a little
Solid.
bit better than average.
no, it's
yeah.
solid, yeah.
I love Boye Mafe there. Miles Murphy's
Yep.
cool.
Brian Cook, like
Yeah.
Jonathan Allen.
Secondary's
too.
awesome. Like you bring in Jonathan Allen.
washed.
Yeah.
He is washed,
Beyond
but
washed.
better than what they had.
Yep.
Like pair him up with BJ Hill. That
BJ Hill
that's-
did not look good either last year. They
Corners are good too.
their secondary's awesome. I like their secondary.
Yeah, they made.
They're
like,
not good enough to be a playoff.
Yeah, not
Yeah,
moves
no,
that made
where
them
do
into
you
a
have
contender. or
The
anything.
Bengals?
Yeah,
I'm like thinking not quite mid, bro.
definitely not. Joe Burrow's healthy. They're
They're
above
literally
500.
They
on
lost.
the bubble every
They lost
year.
both their pass rushers. Like, I don't know, bro.
I don't
no.
look
They
at it
added
as
one.
yeah, I don't look at it as they lost both their pass rushers.
They added one. They lost.
we had this conversation though. Mafe's significantly better than Joe Osai.
The problem is he's not better than Trey.
Yeah, right. They lost Trey Hendrickson, but they got better at one.
I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised if they finished in last behind the Browns. I'm being so serious.
What?
Ooh,
I'm being
I would
so
be
serious.
thoroughly
Would not
shocked.
would not be shocked at all.
What?
I would
You
be
are
shocked.
very high on the
Browns
Cleveland
suck,
Browns, bro.
What?
I'm so low on the Bengals.
What?
I think that's a fine statement to say, but the Browns fucking
What?
suck.
I don't think they're as bad as you guys make them out to be.
What?
I
starting
really
Shador.
Brother, they are starting Shador Sanders.
I think that's fine.
Their
What?
O-line lost half of their players.
I think they'll probably take an O lineman in the draft.
They have other holes, Dean.
They have so many other holes.
They'll take a receiver. Their defense is pretty solid.
Yeah. They lost Jim Schwartz.
They did lose Jim Schwartz.
It's fine.
Not
feel
just
like that's,
fine.
you don't just write that off. Like
They couldn't stop the
tax
fucking
write-off,
run
bro.
last year either.
Jim Schwartz wasn't
They
winning
could
games.
not.
bro.
They couldn't stop the
could
run.
Not stop
they got
the run.
gashed by the run
Last half
year.
of the season, they were like the worst run defense in the league. I guess you get Quincy Williams, which
I don't think he's actually.
Changes what? He sucks.
yeah. And their offense is terrible.
it's so bad.
This is probably the worst offense in football.
No.
Yeah.
No, Dolphins are worse.
Actually, they did add on their O-line. I forgot about that.
They made a lot of
They
moves
got
on that
Titus Howard. They got Tevin Jenkins, Elton Jenkins, and Zion Johnson. They did actually do a pretty good job of revamping it. But
They've also, bro.
Jerry
they
Jeudy
had-
sucks.
They had a great draft last year. I kind of trust the Browns to have another good draft. I'm not gonna lie.
Browns is historically draft well.
But they had.
Andrew
they did
Berry
have a,
does
They
historically
had a good
draft well. Andrew Berry does historically draft well.
They
Bro, they still have
suck.
Shador Sanders at
They
quarterback. It's
suck.
just-
He
was bad.
Ass.
Of course, he was a rookie quarterback. Why are we forgetting that?
Bro,
I'm not
just because he
forgetting
was a
that.
rookie
Cam
doesn't
Ward
mean
was
like he's gonna be
bad.
good.
Like what?
yeah, but
Yo, Shador Sanders is just what he was terribly bad. Like he was awful, and his college. There was a reason why he was a fucking 5th round.
And,
pick.
his
He's
offense
not
was
that
terrible.
good.
You're saying Jerry Judy's terrible? Yeah, his offense was bad. Of course, Shador Sanders isn't going to thrive in an
So
offense
what's the
like
point?
that.
much
So
better.
what's
Their
the point?
offensive line wasn't good. They made their offensive
what's the
line
point?
better. It's his second year. He's gonna get
I'm not
better.
opposed to saying that Shador can
It's
be
just
better
like
next
not.
year.
It's not always linear. Like guys,
It's
just
not.
because they're in their second year, don't get better. Like Shador Sanders did nothing good last year. He did nothing good.
I will give to Dean's point. He was a third-string quarterback, not working with the starters, basically all of
I made
training
that
camp
point
and the
last
season.
episode.
That's an awesome. It's
a great point.
He's also just not that. He's not good.
he can get better and still be bad.
I don't know. He was given a really unfair shake with the Browns last year.
I am with you. My problem is this. A lot of these same issues that showed their head in college with Shador were the issues that he had in the NFL, but worse.
100%. I'm not saying he's going to be their franchise guy. What I am saying is they have a chance to finish above the Bengals.
Just
Does that include if so Joe Burrow plays I won't even say 17. 13 games.
He could finish. Yeah.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes. Yes.
No.
Yes.
There's a spider. Hold on.
Yes, bro.
is it in your hand?
Yeah. It's okay. We're good.
JJ's going to clip
Oh,
that.
did you see that?
The light like directly on it. So
There's
Peter Parker.
yo. Let's bet on it.
Ooh.
Let's bet on it.
No, because the verbiage I'm using is I wouldn't be surprised. I'm not betting that.
I wouldn't be surprised if I was in a plane and the pilot passed out and I landed the plane.
well, let's hope that doesn't happen.
I wouldn't be
Let's hope that
surprised.
doesn't happen.
No.
Let's bet on it. Come
No,
on,
not
throw
betting
a
on it.
coin, bro.
I'm not betting on it. No.
Why?
I'll bet on no, because chances are the Browns are going to be the worst team, but I wouldn't be surprised if they're not. You're saying it would never happen.
I mean, out of
With the laws of probability.
out
like,
of
yeah,
1,000
There's probably a
simulations,
5%
maybe a few
chance.
times, yeah. But like, we don't live in that world, though.
How do we know?
I know.
Well, then the point of talking about everything is just pointless.
Yeah.
Because
Because then you could just use the
literally, like,
how could we know that this is going to
Right.
happen? That's just
There's no way to settle that. That's just my opinion. That
The way to settle it is to
betting
bet
on
on it.
No.
Damn, you changed.
Okay. I bet I did. All right, Ravens.
You don't
come on.
bet you did.
Ravens.
You won't bet.
Ravens.
Sure sucks.
He does probably, but we'll see. He might get better. Quinshon Judkins is really good, bro.
Yo, you didn't like Quinshon Judkins.
When?
Last episode, the fucking running back episode.
I just said he wasn't better than Amari Hampton.
He is.
No, he's not.
Jesus Christ.
Amari Hampton's gonna have a 10 times better season this year.
Yeah,
You wanna
'cause he's
bet on
good-
that?
Yeah, because Judkins is going to be the most stacked box against running back in the league.
Probably.
Because the quarterback sucks.
Okay, that doesn't mean they can't finish above the Bengals. All these things are not like
If you're the Cleveland Browns
same.
and your quarterback sucks
And you can't run the ball.
and you can't run the ball because you have a stacked box.
And your receiver room sucks.
How
too.
many wins
Shout
is
out
there?
Harold
Like,
Finn.
how many wins do you think they could get to?
ceiling.
Yeah.
6. They won 5.
Well, and Joe Burrow played 8 games last year, and the Bengals won 6.
Okay, the Bengals got worse.
No.
So the Browns ceiling is 6 wins.
Yeah.
There's an 100% chance the Bengals win more than 5 games. 100% chance. There's no way the Bengals finish with less than 6 wins. 0.
Maybe.
All right, bro. Ravens.
All right, bro. Baltimore Ravens. This might be a hot take. As of today, they're playoff lock.
How did that just work out?
I don't know.
What do you think, Tommy boy?
I think they're contenders.
Oh, hell no.
Why not?
Oh, you thought they were on the bubble?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Hell no,
Why
bro.
not?
They are not contenders, bro.
Why not?
What the hell? No.
Why not?
No, because they're okay. First of all,
No, there's a chance that they finish below the Browns.
Low key.
I mean, there's
Low
a chance.
key.
Yeah.
okay, their defense was not good last year. They added Trey Hendrickson, great, awesome. Still need a receiver. Not for nothing. Love Zay had a great year. They need another receiver badly. They lost Isaiah Likely. Mark Andrews is old, right?
Their O-line interior sucks.
They brought back John Simpson, which is great for them. They're not a contender. Not from what I saw last year. They missed the playoffs, bro. I mean,
Yeah, but Lamar was hurt for.
he was
a lot of
hurt, but
last
then
year.
you had a chance to make the playoffs. We all saw in Week 18, the Steelers were running out Adam Thielen,
No, I agree.
Calvin
I
Austin.
100%,
Calvin Austin,
100%
like,
agree. They should have been. in
and
the
you
playoffs.
lost. And, that rubs me the wrong way. They're definitely not
so much
contenders.
money on the Ravens.
They're not contenders.
I don't know, man. You still have Lamar Jackson. They added Trey Hendrickson on defense. They got Jesse Minter at head coach, who oversaw an elite Chargers defense last year.
They brought in Jalen Hawkins too.
Yeah,
Depth safety.
I don't know, bro. There.
He is a good depth
Hey,
safety.
Matt Abike's playing football again.
They lost
He's back.
Linderbaum.
Like, actually back.
They
no, the
lost-
interior O line sucks.
Yeah,
I
that's
have no, I have no argument there.
that's-
I cannot.
And
My
your
argue with that.
weapons are trash.
That's my
like
concern with
tragically
them.
bad. Zay is awesome.
Rashad Bateman, your wide receiver 2 for the last 5 years, is not going to cut
So
it.
I feel
And
like the
Andrews
weapons
lost.
thing, like
has cut it though. They've been
I,
fine with
yeah,
that.
that was
Yeah.
what I was gonna say was like I'm not too concerned with that. It's worse than it has been.
It has
in the
cut
past.
it.
They've won 14 to 15 games.
Time
with
out.
those
It
guys
has
as their
cut
weapons.
it.
never
but
taken them over the
Mark
hump.
Andrews was never this
fine.
bad and this washed, and Isaiah Likely was still there.
The Bills have
Whatever
never gotten
you
over the
think,
hump. They're in the contender thing.
Josh is better than Lamar.
and their defense
Sure.
is probably a little bit better. And their weapons are.
Josh is just better than Lamar.
Their O line is also
think Josh
fucking
is better.
low.
He's better in the playoffs, but like this is more of. I feel like this is more of an on paper thing, with the exception of the Chiefs.
And the Chargers.
You know what I mean? Like on paper, Josh and Lamar are comparable in terms of like what tier their team.
I'm most worried about the offensive line. That's why I don't think they're.
was-
I'm with you there. We
really
can put
bad
them in
last
playoff
year,
lock. They're not on the bubble. They're gonna make the playoffs.
They're playoff lock.
Yeah,
I'm with
Fox
you.
fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm with you. They're just
Yeah, if
not
Lamar's
a contender.
healthy, they're a playoff.
Yeah.
That's
I
fine.
wasn't that contender. I was
They
so
also-
surprised when you said that.
Yeah, no, I'm definitely not a contender.
They also started what 1-5, 2-5 with
Something like
Lamar.
that, yeah.
Like maybe the Ravens slow start thing goes away with no more. That guy at head coach.
Oh, don't talk about that guy like that.
That guy, yeah.
Because we will talk about that guy right now, actually.
Do we think it's a plus for the Ravens that they lost, John?
I do. I don't think he's that good. Like I think he's overrated. I think he was holding. Bro,
he
he's
could be
a-
overrated and still be a good head coach.
a special teams coach, and their season ended because their special teams wasn't good enough. That's embarrassing.
Their special teams has year over year been one of the best in the league. It happened. One year they were bad. I'm just saying.
They
Like,
probably were good on the year, but it's just ironic that special teams coach, long tenured special teams head coach, tenure comes to an end because his kicker misses kick.
Shifting gears, we just talked about John Harbaugh, and we will jump to the NFC East and his new team, our team, Tom, the New York Giants. Now, I think we will have some differing opinions on this one. I really do. I don't think they're ass. Let's cross that one out. I don't think they're not quite ass or not quite mid. Cross that one out because the New York Giants are going to be on the bubble this year. They will be competing for a playoff spot this year. Believe that, whether that's the division win or in the wild card. I believe this team is good enough, and they've made a lot of improvements. I'm in. Giants are going to be on the bubble this year.
I just don't see it yet, right? Like, their shortcomings were on defense. They made a couple additions. They brought in Greg Newsome. Who'd they bring in? Micah McFadden? Tremaine Edmonds?
Tremaine Edmonds.
Dexter Lawrence took a step back last year. He really wasn't all that good.
They
really didn't do much in the interior O-line. Like, they still need to make a move there. I just don't love it. We were just saying before Isaiah Likely signed with the Giants that he's not who people kind of talk him up to be. They're running, Cam Scatterboo, who knows what he's going to be. It's just a lot of question marks that I'm not confident in. They're definitely not ass, but I think they're more in the not quite mid until they prove that they could be on the bubble.
I couldn't have said it better myself.
I actually wholeheartedly agree. I'm sorry, Matt. Like, I'd be happy if this team was on the bubble next season. Like, I'd be really happy about it. I don't know. Like, they still have question marks. I think they had a good free agency. I don't think they had a great free agency. We've both.
Yeah.
I think it was overrated by a lot of Giant fans. I was looking at what they were doing. I said this in the group chat. I was like, yo, I think a lot of Giant fans have, like, Harbaugh fever because, like, everybody's just looking at everybody he brought in, and it was all of his guys.
Like, that's what it is, too. I think, grand scheme of things, Harbaugh is overrated. Like, he's not one of the best coaches in the NFL.
He's not one of the 5 to 7 best coaches in the
Yeah.
NFL, no.
But he's hate.
Probably the 10th or 11th best coach in the NFL. So we lost a lot of games last year on the back of our defense and our defense play calling.
Very true.
Our defense play calling was a lot better down the stretch, and then we brought in a pretty solid defensive play caller in Denard Wilson, who I think got a bad shake in Tennessee. I think he's a good play caller. I think a lot of our losses last year came on the back of receivers not being very good. We added a guy in Malik Neighbors this offseason that is going to help out a whole lot.
Yeah.
And yes, you may not like Isaiah Likely. Still better than what we had last season. That's another thing. I think our run game is going to at least be physical. Our offensive line, a lot of continuity being brought back, and it was one of the better units in the entire league. This is a very underrated aspect of everything. I don't even think Brian Burns is going to be the best pass rusher on the team next year. Abdul Carter wrecked absolute havoc and didn't have the sack numbers to prove it. I think year 2 Abdul Carter is going to be one of the 10 best pass rushers in the entire NFL. I think that changes our defense. And again, defense play calling. I think we're a 7-win team at minimum next year. Year 2 of Dart. I think that's going to be a great thing as well.
Minimum.
At minimum.
Bro, that's a tall ass. That's a tall task.
You know
At
what it is,
minimum.
too? Because they just play in a tough division. The Dallas isn't going to be as bad. I think Washington probably improves. Philly's better than the Giants. Like, they're still the worst team in the division, unfortunately.
I think this division is more open than you think it is.
It's
Open
worse
for what?
as a whole because Philly's not as top end.
Jackson Dart's MVP season and the Giants take over.
You're just like I was trying to be objective and not delusional with the Jets because I so badly wanted to put them in
He makes me look like a bad Giants fan,
Right.
but then he says shit like that, and it's like I can't be there with you.
Like-
I just can't.
Like, there's no way that's your objective opinion because I know you have good objective opinions about most teams. This is just not a good objective opinion.
I genuinely, okay, so, yeah, I don't think we're going to win the division, obviously. I do think this team is better than not quite mid, and I do think they are going to be on the bubble next year. I really do. I think year 2 of Dart is going to be special, and I think that defense improved just with the addition of Tremaine Edmonds by itself And also, Bobby Okereke was so trash last year. Adding Micah McFadden healthy, who was good when he was on the field prior to getting injured and the year before, I think that alone, plus good defensive play calling, are at least better than what we fucking had with Shane Bowen. It's going to make that defense an upper half of the league, and the offense could be really dynamic. Again, like, we're basically adding a top 10 receiver in the NFL because he didn't play for all of last season.
It needs to be said, too, that Dart was much better with Dabble, and it's Matt Nagy calling play. I hate Matt Nagy.
So I think
so much.
I don't think they go from a 4-win
I don't think it's a Dart
team.
problem. Let me say that.
I don't think they go from a 4-win team to minimum 7. That's a crazy jump.
Okay. I understand the hate on Matt Nagy to an extent. This man had Mitch Trubisky playing pretty solid football and Justin Fields playing the best football we saw of Justin Fields.
Yeah, and then he took play calling duties away from himself.
Because he didn't want to deal with that bullshit no more.
It's his bullshit. It's his
not,
offense.
That's
what do you
not
mean?
how that works. What do you mean?
I'm just saying, I'm just saying.
Deal with what he created.
Hold on. The last remembrance of Matt Nagy calling plays, he gave Mitch Trubisky the best season, actually a pretty solid season. Like, truth be told, the Bears made the playoffs, and I know it was on the back of a defense, but Mitch Trubisky was actually, his numbers were not bad that year. And this is a bad quarterback we're talking about.
He won the MVP.
He won the MVP.
Yeah.
He won that MVP right there. And then Justin Fields had his best statistical season with Matt Nagy, too. Like, I'm just
never
saying.
taking Mitch Trubisky's MVP away from me. That meant something to me.
To have those two guys playing at a not worst quarterback in the NFL level when they are arguably worst quarterback in the NFL material, maybe gets a little bit too much hate.
Here's another point that I'm going to bring up to you because I'm looking at the rest of the NFC.
NFC's loaded.
Loaded. There's no chance they make the playoffs.
No chance. I don't know about that
The
one.
NFC's loaded. Loaded. They might even be a bottom 5 team in the NFC.
I'm not with you, bro. I'm just not.
Bottom 4 team.
No.
Yeah. Like, the only team that I would bet that they're better than is New Orleans and Arizona. Like, the rest of the NFC is probably better.
I don't agree with that. I think they're going to be better than the Commanders this year. I think they're going to be better than Dallas this year.
3 teams. I don't think that at all.
I think that's 2. I think they'll be better than the Saints. I think they'll be better than the Buccaneers. I think the Bucs take a step back next year, truth be told.
How?
What do you mean, how?
How do they take a step
They
back?
lost a lot.
They still went 8-9, and Baker was obviously hurt most of the year.
Yeah, they were
They
like,
went 8-9 and lost mad players, bro.
they were like 6-2 to start the season also.
Yeah, Baker was healthy. Baker healthy is a game changer for any team. Baker's a great quarterback. Good quarterback. Not great.
They lost a lot of players. What do we
Still have Todd Bowles.
and still have Todd Bowles as their head coach? Like, why?
It's not like
I think there is a path for the
Their
Giants.
offense is still good.
I do think so.
their
I
defense is
really
definitely
do.
shaky.
Yeah, I mean, you guys are consensus on putting them in not quite mid. That is okay. We'll place them in not quite mid. I have long been the biased Giants fan. I believe we will be better than that. So that's where I stand. That's it.
Okay.
That's it. I'm not going to be able to change your minds on it.
No. Congrats. Move on.
So
Yeah, we're all ready to move on.
good.
You're
We're
the one that's staying here.
cool.
Not quite mid.
Washington Commanders, not quite mid.
I think this team is on the bubble.
How could they be that?
If Jaden's healthy, like, yeah.
Yeah.
Watch Jackson Dart's going to be better than
No.
Jaden.
They had an awesome offseason so far.
Look at there.
Added a ton of pieces on defense.
Especially if you like, I guess it's not a foregone conclusion, but you had Jeremiah Love in there too. Like, that offense is pretty good.
Yeah.
Their corners still suck. Their wide receiver 2 is currently fucking Luke McCaffrey.
Brought in Van Jefferson.
They have De'Ami Brown, too.
Van Jefferson
Dynamic
moves
Brown.
a lot of needles for me, bro.
The return.
No matter how you cut it, Jaden Daniels is just better than Jackson Dart, and
No, Jaden Daniels
brings the
is
team
awesome.
to a higher ceiling.
Jaden Daniels is awesome.
Their O-line
I
is
agree with
good.
you.
Their floor is higher than the Giants because of the quarterback.
I don't see it with them.
I feel like they had an exceptional offseason, honestly.
Their O-line's good. They signed a bunch of guys on the D-line. Leo Chenal, love that.
Bringing in Meek
Nick
Robertson,
Ross,
like,
cool.
who kind of sucks, but you can tackle at least. Meek Robertson. Like.
Their corners do suck.
They brought
Leo
in
Chenal
Khalevon
doesn't move
Chason.
me. I mean, like your pass rush was dormant, and you added Owe and Khalevon Chason. I like that. That's cool. Corners suck. Secondary sucks. Like, I don't know.
The quarterback alone brings them above. It brings them to the bubble. It's just what it is.
Jaden Daniels with a good offensive line. Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at.
Okay,
They're definitely better than the Giants.
they're not. I would bet right now that the Giants have a better record than the Commanders
How
next
much?
year.
50?
50.
Sure.
Deal. Cool.
Yeah, let's go. Free money. Love that.
No, I'm just
I like when he gets like this. He gets all like upset.
no because like it's okay. Like this is a list where you three agree, and I clearly disagree, so I'm ruled out.
You
and
kind of
there's
just like
nothing I can do to change your mind.
yeah.
That
but
is
you,
okay.
But
with
you
me.
kind of
You're
just
making
like,
it.
You make us feel bad.
You're taking it so personal.
I do
Also,
take
like-
it personal, as I should. This is my opinion, and I'm gonna take
this
it
is an
personal.
objective list. Why are you taking it personal?
But here's the thing: with the Giants, you kind of just like gloss over their issues, and then like you say, the Commanders' wide receiver 2 is Van Jefferson. We have Darnell fucking Mooney, and it's and like you didn't mention that.
But Darnold's
but we-
actually have had solid seasons in the past few years.
I'd
I
rather.
mean, he has.
I'd rather have Mooney than Van Jefferson as my
I will
Uh,
say,
yeah.
but Mooney hasn't been
I
good since
agree.
Nagy's been the coach. So
No, Mooney was good 2 years ago
okay, I'm just joking.
with the Falcons.
Obviously, I'm kidding.
Commanders have a wide receiver, too. It's just like the Raiders, so he doesn't play wide receiver. And his name is Chig.
Get the fuck out of here with this chicken cock.
I fucking
shit,
love
bro.
Chig.
Likely's better than him.
They do have Treylon Burks.
He had that one catch.
He did
That
have that
one
one
sick
catch.
grab.
He did
Yeah.
have a crazy catch.
Jalen Lane,
He flashed a lot.
Nick Nash.
Who the hell is that?
Nick Nash was really good in
He's-
college, bro.
like,
Jacoby Jones, but like
they say.
not that Jacoby
Not
Jones.
the Jacoby Jones. Not the good Jacoby
Rest in
Jones.
peace, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Dang.
Rest in peace to a legend.
Ben Sinnott.
Yo, that guy was supposed to be good, and he's fucking ass.
They got Chris Paul, bro.
Mm-hmm. Throwing dimes. Dropping dimes. Dropping dimes.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah. No. The team as a whole, the Giants have a better roster, but Jaden Daniels raises the floor to a point where they actually have a chance to make the playoffs because of the quarterback. The Giants don't have a chance.
I think Jackson Dart will be on a similar level to Jaden Daniels next year. I do.
How? Based off of what? Jaden Daniels
What
actually.
do you mean?
Jaden Daniels won games his rookie year. What are you talking about? Jaden Daniels went to the NFC Championship his rookie year. What are you talking about?
And then regressed in year 2 and got hurt.
He was hurt.
Regressed in
The
year
team
2.
was. The offensive line was bad. What are you talking about?
The offensive line was bad and didn't have much turnover, brother.
Yeah, but Jaden's healthy this year.
You didn't answer the offensive line question. You didn't answer who their wide receiver 2 is. You didn't answer any of this.
Terry was also hurt.
These are problems that led to them losing games with Jaden Daniels last year, even when he was healthy at the beginning of the season.
for how many games?
Well, he
was
didn't
healthy?
have when Jaden was healthy. They didn't have Terry, which matters.
Okay.
And the
Yes.
defense also, like the defense was awful.
Terry's back
Got
and Terry's
better.
30 now.
Okay, bro. Malik Neighbors can't stay healthy, buddy. You didn't mention that about your silly little Giants. You didn't mention
Played
that.
16 games in his rookie year.
He's also
And if
coming
we're
off a
gonna
torn ACL.
Oh,
Well,
100%.
actually, we
And
had
how
a
do guys
top
recover
10
from torn
receiver back.
ACLs?
He
Not
doesn't
well.
stay
Really
fucking
well,
Not
healthy.
actually,
well.
by the
Not,
way.
Oh
take-
my
it definitely
gosh.
takes him at least a half a
Would
year.
I rather have a 30-year-old that had injuries last
Malik
year?
Neighbors is. This isn't a who's better, Terry
or
or
a
Malik?
22-year-old
Because
that
Malik
is
Neighbors
coming
is
off a
better.
torn
That's not the
ACL.
point. The point is Jaden Daniels has a proven track record of winning football games in the NFL. Jackson Dart does not.
I'm okay. I
And we
understand
do this
that.
every time we talk Giants Commanders. It's whoever pointed it out. I think you fail to mention the Giants weaknesses, but every time it's the Commanders, you nitpick to a T everything that is wrong with this team. And you said it last year that your silly little Giants would win more games, and guess what? They fucking didn't.
Agreed. They had
And
big time
we've
injuries.
done this for the past 2 fucking years.
They literally lost their 2 key offensive pieces. Yes, I get it. And we started the season in the first 3 games with Russell Wilson. Yeah, I understand.
The Commanders had things against them too. Their wide receiver 1 was out, and then their quarterback got hurt, Matthew.
I understand that.
Right.
I understand
Right.
that.
And their running back was Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt.
Yeah. No, I get it.
I would assume if the Giants and the Titans pass on Jeremiah Love, he will be a Commander.
He will. I'm going to say Jeremiah Love will be a Commander.
And that changes this offense immensely. Makes
Okay.
Jaden Daniels' life a hell of a lot easier.
I will look forward to seeing Jaden Daniels play great football. Their weapons suck outside of Jeremiah Love.
And Terry.
Terry is 30.
So he sucks, or like
He will not be the same Terry McLaurin you have seen in the past. He took a step back even when healthy last year.
okay.
Well, when he was healthy, Jaden.
And now he's a year older. I'm just saying.
Marcus Mariota was throwing him the ball.
Jaden came back too. I mean, like,
Darnell Mooney's a year older. Isaiah Likely's a year older.
Darnell Mooney could absolutely suck.
Isaiah
I'm not
Likely's
saying
a year
otherwise.
older. Like,
Isaiah
why don't
Likely
we,
is in
why
the
don't we
prime
talk
of
about
his
that,
fucking
though?
career.
But he's a year older. Why don't
he's
we talk
a
about that?
26-year-old.
He had a birthday. Like, why don't we talk about that though?
Scat snapped his ankle, bro.
And he's
These
a year
are two
older.
completely different. These are
Scat's
two-
like 25 with a snapped ankle.
he's 23.
But you're making it like Terry McLaurin just because he's a year older, like it's over.
No.
You said their weapons are.
He could still be solid.
No, Matt.
Solid.
No, buddy. Your words were their weapons are ass outside of Jeremiah Love. Insinuating that Terry McLaurin, because he's a year older, is ass.
Do I feel good about a 30-year-old wide receiver that had injuries
No, but you
last
said
year?
he's. Am I making it up? Did he not say their
Your weapons as a whole are ass if your number one is a 30-year-old that was coming off an injury last year. Yes. Your entire wide receiver core and tight end is ass.
Yes, I agree that the core isn't that good. But
That's
Terry
what I'm
McLaurin-
saying.
But Terry McLaurin's still a really good player. He's not
Really good is
watching
pushing it.
over. So it's just over for him?
He's probably still a top 20 receiver.
He's on the bubble there. Yeah, sure.
It's a good receiver.
Yeah.
He's a good receiver. He's probably 21st to 22nd. Yeah. I don't feel good
And
if
also,
my
we
best receiver
acknowledge
is
that this is Jaden fucking Daniels, who elevates everything around him.
Jaden is awesome.
He
Jaden
is
great.
He's so awesome. And
I am
he's so
with
much
you.
better than Jackson.
And that makes
And
the
they
Commanders
still, at the beginning of the season, were losing games with him.
Terry was out, Matt. Terry was not in the lineup.
because you make excuses for Jackson Dart, didn't have receivers. All right, Jaden didn't have receivers either, bud.
Jaden didn't have receivers, yet still had Debo Samuel. And now you don't have Debo. Debo had a good year last year objectively. Stop. We all could say that. You lost. You have no wide receiver two now. And again, Terry McLaurin is 30 years old and had injuries last year.
The Giants don't have a wide receiver, too.
But we have a 22-year-old, and I understand he's coming off a torn ACL, but he is 22 years old and was a top 10 receiver his rookie season. Like, I'd bet on the 22-year-old being better than the 30-year-old that had injuries last year.
question.
No one's disagreeing. No one's disagreeing that Malik
This
Neighbors
was
is
never a
better than
Neighbors
Terry.
McLaurin who's better.
No one's disagreeing.
But that's my point. Like, I trust
Malik Neighbors is going to make the Giants win more games than Terry McLaurin with the Commanders. That's not how this works.
I'm saying Jackson Dart's going to take a step up. And the Washington
I
Commanders
agree.
did nothing to improve their offensive line that you said was a problem last year.
He's not going to elevate himself to
Who
a
they
Jaden
add?
Daniels.
That is
But,
where
but
Jaden will be
also
better
their
than
offensive
Jackson
line
Dart.
wasn't bad last year. I don't know where that came from.
Well, Dean said that.
But their
They're-
you know their offensive
They
line
were
is.
middle of the pack. They were middle of the pack.
I mean, they were top 6 in pass blocking. They're
I don't-
good offensive line.
I don't
Just like the Giants have a good. They
they do.
Both have
Yeah,
good
they both have
offensive lines.
solid offensive lines. I don't
He won't call it good. He won't call it good.
It's a good offensive line.
He won't do it.
They have a top 6 left tackle in the sport.
Tom, what do you
Probably
think?
that's
Tunzel's
probably
awesome,
even
man.
You
underselling.
think the Commanders are better?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not there on the Commanders as a whole. I'm not.
It's the quarter. For me, it's the quarterback. That's really what it is.
Jaden is amazing. I'm with you. There's just the rest of the supporting cast is not.
He took them to the NFC Championship with a god awful, terrible, worst defense, like horrible defense. Their defense is much better than the defense that went to the NFC Championship 2 years ago. It is.
Yeah, I mean,
You have
true.
actual pass rushers.
Yeah.
No.
Jaden's a big game
Which he
quarterback, can win NFL games. Jackson Archer hasn't proved that yet.
Okay.
Winning, 4 games isn't gonna make me say you can win NFL football games on a consistent basis, right?
Okay.
Okay.
The cornerback room isn't that good. I agree, but like we're not putting them in contender. Like they're allowed to have flaws. We're not saying they're a perfect team. The cornerback
We're not
room
even
could
locking them to
definitely-
the playoff. We're putting them in on the bubble.
I don't even think their defense is good.
It's probably not.
It's probably not that good,
It's
but it's
be-
much
it's-
better than it was.
Yes, it's better than
It was bottom 5 in the sport last year. Like
Yes,
that.
it's better than a bottom 5 defense in the NFL. Probably still a bottom 10 defense in the NFL. I don't think that's good enough.
Jaden took a worse defense to the NFC Championship.
I think their offense isn't. I don't think Terry McLaurin is that guy that he was. I don't think he is. And maybe their run game's going to be better, but I don't think he's that guy anymore. I don't think Terry's that guy anymore.
I think that's fine. I think their run game will be better. They're gonna.
They
have
take Jeremiah Love, then
dynamic run
they don't
game,
need Terry
like-
McLaurin to go for 1,300 yards.
Jaden Daniels is of that Lamar Jackson, of that Josh Allen cut cloth, where with his rushing upside alone, he elevates the receivers around him. Those guys haven't needed elite receiving rooms either. Jaden is that good.
Terry would be the best receiver Josh Allen
We
outside
know
of Stephon Diggs has ever
we
had.
know that Jaden is that Jaden is that good.
And Terry would be the best receiver Lamar.
If I guess you're worried about his injuries, I can't say anything about that. But Jaden, when he's on the field, is that good. And if you're gonna say he regressed, that's stupid because he had no help.
I think it's going to be much of the same.
I think you're just being a homer.
I just
100%.
do think it's going to be much of the same next year. I think it will be lack of help. And I don't know. I'm just not moved by the Commanders as a whole. I'm moved by Jaden. Jaden's awesome. That's what keeps them from being an ass for me. Jaden Daniels. That's it. That's where I'm at. I'm giving them the benefit of the doubt because Jaden is amazing. But I guess that if you have that guy, I guess, yeah, it elevates you above not quite mid. So sure. I guess they're on the playoff.
I mean,
bubble.
listen, they
If Jaden
won
plays a
more
full
games than the
17,
Giants,
they'll
and
be
Jaden only
on the
played 7
bubble.
games. Let's get that. Not even a full 7, right? He got hurt in 2 of them.
Yes.
All right, let's move on. For real.
All right. Next team up is the Cowboys.
On the bubble.
On the bubble.
Yeah.
They might be as on the bubble gets. Honestly, they're the NFC Bengals.
Their
They've done
offense is-
absolutely nothing to improve that defense.
No, yeah, I agree.
So,
But their
Ready
offense
for Sean
is so
Gary.
good.
yeah, that helped.
What happened?
They lost Jadeveon Clowney, who was better than
Yeah,
Gary
he really
last
was.
year.
He literally was.
So,
They're going to be 7-8 wins around there.
I would like to. I want to hear the reasoning here, though, too. Why are the Giants better than the Cowboys? Like you said,
this is literally the 32nd ranked defense in the NFL.
They're off. They have George Pickens and CeeDee Lamb.
No,
and Dak
I'm with
Prescott.
you. And they did nothing to improve their defense, and their offense is still the same, and they went 8-9 last year.
7-9-1.
7-0, yeah.
Even worse.
And if they stay the same, they'll probably still be better than the Giants. And CeeDee was also hurt a lot of the year.
They got Paris Campbell. They don't talk about that though.
Full year quit.
I don't have a problem with their offensive line. Their offensive line is good. It was good. It is good. Their offense is not the problem.
I said Paris Campbell, the wide receiver.
I thought you said Paris Johnson.
No, he's still on the Cardinals.
Oh,
bro.
for fuck's sake.
Paris Campbell, the wide receiver.
Jesus
they
Christ.
got.
Steve, why? Fuck that guy. I thought you said Paris
They
Johnson.
got Paris Campbell.
Jeez,
Matt's
Paris
shaking
Campbell,
up, bro.
Very, very.
This NFC East has been a rough. Like coming to the realization that the Giants are gonna be the worst team in the division.
They're
still,
not.
it's not.
They're just not though. And like I will bet on that too. I promise you they won't be the worst team in this division. Whether that's third or second or even first, they will not be the worst team in this division. They simply won't. They made too many improvements. They will not be. They lost games because of fucking kicking and horrible defensive play calling. Like,
We're not talking about this still. I think we're moving on.
I don't think Dallas is on the bubble.
Overruled. Doesn't matter.
Christ.
What do
Honestly,
you think?
Me, I think they're on the bubble. I mean, they're the
Tom's the most reasonable Giant fan I've ever met.
they're the NFC Bengals. They're gonna be around 7-8 games.
Eagles are contenders.
Yep.
Really?
Yep.
I've missed playoff locks.
Really?
Yeah.
They do this. They have this cycle where they have a really good year, lose their coaches, fall off a little bit, people doubt them a little bit, get good coaches, make the playoffs, make the Super Bowl.
Team's still really good. Yeah.
When Syria,
They're in that, sorry.
go ahead.
They're in that year where they got new coaching, they'll be better, they'll be back.
I was between contender and playoff locks, so it's up to you guys.
When Sirianni promotes from within, it's a disaster. When he
Yes.
goes with outside hires, it's usually much better. They had the worst offensive coordinator in football last year.
Yeah.
I'm going to bet that they don't have that again this year. I don't know much. I think he was like Green Bay's passing game coordinator or something like that. I'm going to bet that he's much better than Kevin Patullo. I'm just going to trust that.
They need to find a way to keep A.J. Brown, man. Like, you
I
can't let
agree.
him just walk out the door because he's not getting enough targets. Get him the ball then. I'm sorry. He definitely doesn't act a
They
way
did
that...
get him the ball.
I know.
He got the ball a lot.
He complains too much, honestly, but, you know.
His, like, if you look at his, I remember looking last year, his route tree was like terrible though. It was like all slants and shit or something like that.
Hopefully it's better.
It was
They got
terrible.
Arnold Ebiketie.
He needs to stay there.
He'll actually have a career revival.
Your breakout, bro.
He'll actually have a career revival playing for Philly.
He probably will.
They
Like,
just pump out pass rushers. No,
like,
I'm being dead ass.
Reek Willen's going to be elite next year.
Yeah, for sure.
Reek Willen's going to be elite next
Reek
year.
Willen will deadass be like the best corner in the NFL next year, bro.
He'll sign, then he'll go into free agency, sign like a 4-year, $100 million deal, and be fucking
And be
bad.
ass.
Arnold Ebiketie, 7.5 sacks.
Woolen, Quinion, and
Over.
Dejean is
Oh, it's
elite.
nasty. It's
Actually, I'll say
nasty.
7
gross.
sacks over. So if he gets 7.5, it counts.
I'm
then-
not a big Reek Willen guy, but like on the Eagles, yeah, he's going to be awesome.
Where he doesn't need
Over
to
7
be.
sacks.
The number
For
one.
Arnold
Right,
Ebiketie,
that's
yeah.
with
crazy.
You're with me?
I'm with you.
That's fire.
And then Dejean and Michael Carter, like,
Of course you are. Am I right?
anything.
Yeah, no, I
You
know.
could do anything on defense you want to.
Yeah.
The depth you have.
Yeah, getting Reek Willen's huge for them, though, because you could move Cooper back, like, primarily.
Full time into the slot, yeah. And move him to safety at times,
You
too. It's
put him
pretty
at safety because you still have MC2.
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 5 big bulls
MC
for
Deuce.
that, bro. I fuck with that.
MC Deuce.
They're
I like MC2.
they're contenders.
They're contenders, yeah.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
are
Absolutely.
contenders.
MC Ducey.
All right, moving on. NFC North, probably the most loaded division in all of football.
Yeah.
We'll start off with the worst team in this division last year. Well, there were two, but we'll say the Minnesota Vikings, who added Kyler Murray. Didn't do too much in free agency because they didn't really have the money to do too much in free agency, but all they really had to do was add a quarterback, in my opinion, and they did that. And then this division is so stacked.
That's the only thing.
You
that-
have to
yeah.
put them on the bubble because
Yeah.
of the division.
Yes.
You can't call them
100%.
a playoff lock.
100%.
They could very well win 9 games and miss the playoffs.
Yes,
You know what
absolutely.
I'm saying? Like, you have to call it on the bubble.
'Cause we'll do the same thing the other way
I
when
would
we go to
Totally
the
with that.
South.
I'm also
Like,
not sold on Kyler Murray either.
I think
He's going to have a really good
I
year.
think I'm sold that Kyler's going to have a great year.
I think so too.
I really am.
That'd be crazy, though. Like, if the whole world is high on Kyler having, like, a revival and then he's the
I
problem.
could see it happening.
He's just like in a world where Geno Smith had a career revival and Sam Darnold and these guys, like, it's right there.
Yeah.
It's so obvious.
yeah, but those guys are like pure passers, and
Yeah.
Kyler's not.
Kyler can sling the
Yeah.
He can
fucking
sling
rock,
it. That's not.
dude.
That's a different thing than being like a pocket passer.
I almost feel like that plays to his advantage, though. If Kevin O'Connell like changes up
Sure.
the system
He's
a
also
little
got
bit,
However,
arguably the best receiver in football. Like,
and one of the best twos in football.
And
Yep.
TJ
Jordan
Hawkinson.
He's got weapons.
We'll see.
And prime Aaron Jones.
Their line's not great. Their interior line's not great,
No, it's not amazing.
but they're on the bubble. Yeah.
But they also, their O-line was very banged up last year too, though.
Yeah.
Darisaw missed some games. They'll probably be better. All right, moving past the Vikings now, going on to the Detroit Lions. I think I'm in the same exact
Same
spot
thing.
with the Detroit
Yep.
Lions.
On the bubble.
I don't really.
Like Cade Mays, but they didn't really
Cade Mays is a huge get
Yeah.
for them, though. They needed that so bad.
hate Petsing, but
Man, their defense is solid though. This team, are they a playoff lock?
No.
no, because they're in the NFC North.
They also came in last.
They also could win 9 games and miss the playoffs.
Yeah, I guess. Good point.
Their defense is also like, they have good players, but it's like, I hate their corners.
What, DJ Reed and Terry
Arnold
Arnold?
sucks, bro.
Rocky Sin's nice.
Terry Arnold's
cool.
not good. He does that little podcast. Like
He does do that
That
pod.
little
podcasts
podcast.
are so stupid.
Facts.
You're right.
They should make- they should- They
Podcasters.
should make podcast equipment more expensive.
Podcasters
I like when people
can't
say
be
that to
good
us as if we don't already have the equipment. Like making it more expensive would affect us in any way at all.
It actually affect every other podcast that could be created.
Literally.
And they say that like we can't just buy it if it was more.
Well, also
Right.
when they comment that to us, like that's helping us to be able to afford it if it does get more expensive.
right.
Fucking idiots.
You're helping us get more engaged.
Fucking idiots.
Like these people don't know they fell into the trap.
No, yeah.
We got you.
We did.
If you made it this far in the podcast, we got you.
Yep.
We did it.
Comment now. Might as well. Honestly.
Comment. I got.
I got. All right. Next team, Green Bay Packers. I think they're look. If they made the playoffs last year with the injuries, they're a playoff lock.
I agree.
I'd like to agree. Yeah,
Yeah.
they should be in there.
They got. Yeah.
They'll at least be a wild card team.
Yeah, that's
I agree.
kind of where I'm at with them. Next team up, the Chicago Bears.
I want to do it, but I can't.
I can't say they're contenders.
No, they're not contenders.
I can't say
They
it.
have. They're such a good team, though.
I'm just not there on them yet. I want to say they're a playoff lock. I do.
Yeah.
yeah.
I think so.
Could totally see them being 1-year wonders though.
No.
But
I'd be surprised. Like they got better on paper. They got much better.
did they?
I think so.
I mean, on paper they lost DJ Moore. Drew Dalman retired.
I think
What do
DJ
they-
Moore subtraction is more like addition by subtraction
I agree with that.
because their younger playmakers will get more burn.
They still have great weapons. They still have one of the best offensive lines in football.
I love that they added Kobe Bryant.
Kobe Bryant, Devin Bush was awesome last year.
Devin Bush swapped out for it. Okay, it all depends. The
Jalen
problem-
Johnson also hopefully
Healthy,
the
yeah.
whole season. Like he changed their entire defense around. I
Yeah.
believe in Luth so much.
They do
Love
need
what-
another
Oh,
receiver.
I am-
though.
Yeah,
They're
I'm a
thin as heck.
big Luther Burden guy.
Jade Walker's are wide receiver 3.
I actually,
he had that one touch.
I think Jade Walker's okay.
Packers game. Right?
Yeah, but they still need another guy.
Yeah, you're
Please
relying on
learn it.
Rome to be the guy he was the first few games. Of the
I
season,
don't think
too.
you're relying on Rome to be the guy.
You think Lute's the guy?
I think
Luth
Luth
is
could be the
the
guy.
I think Lute's better than Rome?
I think I'm there.
for this offense. Yeah.
Really.
Probably not.
And I'm not going to
do.
lie to you. I could totally even see Colson Lovin leading this team in targets next year.
I think Rome's overrated. I always felt like Rome was a little bit overrated.
I also feel like that, but I don't think Lute's like.
No, Luth is like
I
that.
see a world where Ben Johnson constructs this whole offense around Luther Burden going into next year.
I don't see
I
it
see
that
a
way at
world
all.
where Colson Loveland is the guy.
I see
Yeah.
more Jaden Reed in Luther Burden
No.
than anything else.
He is a significantly better football player than Jaden Reed.
He's the truth.
Well, Jaden Reed.
with Neff.
Jaden Reed's rookie year
Luke's
was
the
way
truth.
better than Luther Burden's, though.
No.
Yes. Look at the numbers.
Wait,
Jaden-
what was the question?
I said Jaden Reed's rookie year was way better than Luther Burden's. They do similar things too.
Luther Burden's like yards per out run was like in a tier of like, there's no way this guy isn't a elite
Number one
football
wide
player.
receiver.
Look at Jaden Reed's.
No,
Yards
Jaden
per out
Reed
run.
just
There's
scored
no way
touchdowns.
Jaden Reed's yards
He
per out
didn't
run
just
were
score
that high.
touchdowns.
He had 800 yards and 8 touchdowns.
Who?
Jaden Reed, his
Yeah.
rookie year.
Yeah.
What year was he a rookie?
22,
23.
3.
Man, Jaden Reed's fall from grace, bro.
I thought he was going to be the next guy up.
I thought he was easily going to be their wide receiver one. Like,
They just never used him, for being honest.
I am all in on the Luther Burden Colston Loveland duo, honestly.
sure.
I'm all in on that, but
I like
still
Rome.
have my
He got banged
hesitations.
up.
He did.
Yeah.
Did. I still have my hesitations on the Bears, though. All in all, altogether. But they're definitely playoff locks.
Agreed.
That's where I'm at. Next division, the NFC South. I don't think we're going to have a playoff lock for any single one of these teams, for being honest.
Yeah, I guess not. Because, like, one of them's got to make the playoffs.
Who do you want to start with?
The New Orleans Saints. Why not? On the bubble? No.
No.
Not quite mid.
Yeah. They're definitely not on the bubble.
Their defense might be ass.
They might be ass.
They might
What
be
year was
trash.
Jaden Reed a rookie?
23.
Yeah.
I think it was. Is it at? Yeah.
Added ETN.
I love that you're doing color coordinated.
Yeah, their defense
it.
fucking blows.
Saints are not quite, right?
Yeah.
Not quite mid.
Agreed.
Sure.
There's not much to say about them. I do think they could be better than that, but I'm not willing to bet on it. Next team up, the Atlanta Falcons. Also not quite mid.
Hear me out. Somebody's got to win this division. I feel like that makes them on the bubble. You don't think the Falcons can win the division?
I think
my-
the Panthers can win the division. I think the Bucks can win the division. I don't think that all three of them are on the bubble.
I think all three of them.
So
will win the
here's
division.
my problem. I think all four of them could win the division.
I don't think the Saints can, but I think the other three can.
I can see a world where
No,
the
Luther
Saints
Burden had a higher yards per out run than rookie Jaden Reed.
By how much?
Jaden Reed had 1.95. Luther's at like a 2.4, which is just fucking
Significant.
absurd.
That's crazy, yeah.
2.4 is crazy.
No, that's like
That's what I'm saying.
elite wide
Yeah,
receiver
yeah,
one
yeah.
type of thing. So
Goat.
he is.
What team?
Falcons.
And you're saying
I'm saying on the bubble because somebody has to win this division and make the playoffs. In any other division, no.
My problem is like I said, I think all of these teams can win the division. I'm only putting one team on the bubble, and that's the team that I think is a favorite in this division.
If you want to look at it like that, I guess that's fair. But I think they're all. I think everyone but the Saints are in the hunt to win the division. Shit, the
I
Bucks might not even be.
I'm
'cause they
just
fucking suck, but
I can't put this team.
I don't know, man. Stefanski with elite.
I mean, they're
weapons?
not like on par with some of the other on the bubble.
No, I completely
teams,
agree.
But I
I see your thought
I
process.
agree with Tom. Like they will be on the playoff. Yeah, of course. Like, but they will be on the playoff bubble because they will be on the bubble of winning the division. That might be with 6 fucking wins,
Right.
But like,
I agree.
I don't want to look at it that
Should
way.
we make a NFC South,
South
tier in between mid and on the
just
bubble?
every single play, every single
Not quite
team?
mid.
Because I don't feel good about that.
We could leave the Saints in the not quite mid, but I think like
also
Carolina,
like
Tampa,
James Pierce is gonna play football. I think.
Is he actually?
I'm pretty sure like
good guy. James
all
don't
that
think
shit
he
got
was
like
a-
dropped.
Really?
did, yeah.
Yeah,
There wasn't enough like.
yeah. Like he's
Evidence.
gonna play football.
There's literally body cam
No,
footage.
No, I'm aware,
know.
but, like,
yeah, no, I saw
the
the same
Atlanta
thing.
prosecution team needs to be overhauled. 'Cause
That's what I'm saying. Like, I think
insane.
he's gonna play football, which is fucking massive.
Of all the
Nothing
I mean, yeah,
prosecution
it's
happens.
huge for.
Of all the prosecution teams, it doesn't surprise me that it's Atlanta.
Well, you know.
What does that mean?
I think
I don't know, but we'll move on.
they're a team that is on the playoff bubble. By definition, they should be in on the bubble.
Yeah, but that's not how.
I'm not looking at I understand what you're saying, but I'm not looking at it like that. Like, what quality of team are you is what I'm looking at it as, and they're not like the quality of team of the teams that are in.
That's fine. I just feel like we're basically arguing semantics.
No.
but, like,
Yeah, I know.
But like, I just feel like by definition they're literally on the bubble. Like the same way we said that the Vikings are like quality of team. They're probably the best team in the NFC South. But like, they're not making the playoffs because they're in the toughest division in football. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like we did the same thing, but the inverse for the North. No.
No, but we didn't put any team in the not quite mid tier. Like,
Yeah, because they're all going to be on the playoff bubble.
Right.
That's the point Tom's making.
no, but
Tom's
all
saying
those
the
teams
Vikings
are head and shoulders above these teams. Is
Yes.
what
That's what he's saying.
That's what I'm saying.
He's saying we reverse engineered it. The Lions and Vikings are better than all the other teams that are on the bubble, but because they're in the NFC North, you can only put them in on the bubble. If the Vikings were in the NFC South, they'd be a playoff lock.
Yeah.
But the North is better than the South.
Yes.
Yo,
yes.
that's
100%.
That's their point. That's their
Yeah.
point. I just
this is very simple. It's reverse engineered.
It's
That's
just
it.
the same thing, just the opposite way.
So we're putting them in
Well, we're deciding. But we're
not
just-
quite mid.
I'm putting them in on the bubble.
We could put the Falcons in not quite mid, but the other two should be on the bubble.
Sure. I think the Falcons have almost just as good of a chance.
I think the
as they do, but-
Panthers should be in on the bubble. I'm not on the Bucks this year.
No, I'm not on the Bucks either.
I think they're not quite mid too.
I think the Bucks can go not quite mid and the Panthers on the bubble.
That's where I stand. That's personally where I
If we
stand.
feel like no other team from this division is even on the bubble, then the Panthers should be a playoff lock.
Yes.
No.
But if you really feel that strongly that they're going to win the division, that they're a tier above the other teams, right?
I don't think I feel strongly that they're going to win the division, but I think they have the best chance, therefore, on the bubble.
That's kind of how I feel.
But
I
then
don't-
if you feel like the
like
other
the Falcons-
I know what you mean. Someone's going to have to win this division and therefore be a playoff lock. I get that, but I don't look
No.
at any
I don't think they have to be a playoff lock. But what I'm saying is, though, like
is on the bubble.
if you feel
All of
so
them should be on the
strongly
bubble.
about the other teams, yeah, I could get behind putting the Falcons down a tier. That's fine. The Bucks, like, I don't care that their roster sucks. Honestly, like, Todd Bowles is gonna find a way to, bro. They're gonna be in the hunt for the division.
Yeah, they are. Their roster fucking blows.
We sat here last year talking about how fucking ass they are too,
Yeah.
and then they fucking started season 6-2.
But I think that there needs to be a tier break between the Panthers and the rest of the teams. But there's no lock that the Panthers win the division still. It's football. Anything could happen. But I think talent, roster-wise, I think the Panthers are better.
I agree that the Panthers are better, obviously, but like, are they a whole tier better? Like,
I don't think so.
probably
Yeah,
not.
I think so.
I think they might be.
I think they are.
Then they should be a playoff lock. Then
No. Because there's
But they're
also no
not-
guarantee they would still win that division.
nothing's guaranteed.
Right, then they're in the same tier.
Exactly. That's why they're on the bubble.
No, because
Then
if
the
they
Packers
don't,
and Bears
here's how I'll
shouldn't
put
be a
it. Here's how I'll
playoff
put
lock
it.
because one of those two teams could finish last
No,
in the NFC
because
North.
here's how I'll
Those
put
teams
it.
are way better than the
I
Panthers.
could say
I agree with
I
that,
could say
but-
I think the Panthers are going to win this division, but I'm not confident that if the Panthers don't win this division, they are going to get a wild card spot. Those other teams, I am confident in the fact that if they don't win the division, they will get a wild card spot. Is the best way that I could put it.
It's a great way to put it.
I guess I see that. Yeah.
If
I
whoever
agree with
does
that.
not win this division is not making the wild card.
I agree with that. I just say like if you're not that's fine that they're not in playoff lock because of that. But if you're not guaranteeing that the Panthers, obviously you can't guarantee anything. It's football, blah blah blah. We know. Let's as close to a guarantee as you can get that the Panthers are going to win the division. If you're not giving me that, then they're in the same tier as the Bucks or both.
No.
Why not?
Because they
Because-
are a better football team.
Because they're actually
we
on the bubble.
acknowledge that.
But anything that's the thing. Like, yes, they're a better football team, but no, they're not a playoff lock. Because
But
if
are
they
a
somehow
whole tier above the other teams, I don't think so.
Yes.
yes,
Yes.
but that doesn't mean that we should put them in playoff.
No,
lock.
I'm not saying put them
I
in
think their
playoff lock.
trajectory goes in an upward fashion, whereas the Falcons kind of like still mid, and the Bucks got worse.
I think we acknowledge that.
Right. So therefore, since they all finished last year with the same record, the Panthers are a tier above.
What we're saying, though, is that we accounted for the division with the NFC North. Why aren't we doing that with this division? If
Because
the
the
Panthers,
division sucks in the NFC
yo,
North.
bro, we
Right,
know the
but we
division
can't-
sucks, and the
yeah.
NFC North is good. We're saying reverse engineer it.
Because 3 teams could make it out of the NFC North. Factually. I don't think 3 teams make it out the NFC South.
That's exactly how I feel.
No, I don't think so
One
either.
team.
Yes.
One team in the NFC South is going to make it.
Yes.
I don't know which of these 4 teams.
Right. So they're in the same tier.
I am most confident in the fact
We
that
all
the
are.
Panthers will.
We all are.
So then, therefore, they should be a tier above the
We
rest
all
of the
agree
teams.
that they're the best team. They should be in the higher tier.
I guess. I don't know. It's just all semantics,
I'm just
but-
it's really semantic. I don't think they're better. I don't think it's a whole tier better is all I'm saying. But these teams all suck. So
We're semanticing.
Yeah. We're arguing over semantics. Yeah. Okay. That's where I believe it should be. Okay. Next division, final division, NFC West. We'll not waste our time on the Arizona Cardinals. Throw them right in the ass.
yep.
Next team up, San Francisco 49ers.
They're probably on the bubble. Probably.
At best, they're on the bubble.
No. Okay.
They're
no.
not a playoff lock. bro.
No.
Not a
They're
playoff
closer to
lock.
playoff
At
lock
best,
to me than
they're
the bubble.
agreed.
If you want to say that, that's fine. But
At best, they're on the bubble is crazy. That is disrespectful because this
Why
team
you
managed.
think they're a
got
playoff
worse.
lock?
They might be.
No, he said at best they're on the bubble. That's saying that they could very well be and not quite mid, which is just wrong.
No, he's saying at their best they're not a playoff lock.
yeah, that's all I'm saying. They're not quite mid. They're the 49ers. Bro, they're not a playoff lock. They're just not.
They got better.
Did they?
Yeah.
They actually have a receiver. They got Christian Kirk too.
They
It's
absolutely
definitely a
got better,
revamped
bro.
receiver room.
They got better because they got Mike Evans.
They got better because they
Yes.
got Mike Evans and Christian Kirk. They
Mike
got
Evans
Nick
isn't better
Bosa
than
and
Juwan?
Michael Williams.
No, I'm not. This isn't about you. This isn't about you. They got better because they got Mike Evans. That's interesting.
30.
I mean, Mike Evans down
You
the
guys know what injuries, yeah.
Mike, 100%. I agree with that. But Mike Evans down the stretch of last season still put up multiple 100-yard games even after the injuries.
Is this not also like you said it about the Chargers that you almost have to account for? You literally have to account for injury. They are going to get hurt.
They absolutely will. And they still went 12-5 last year.
So you think they're a playoff lock in the NFC?
Yeah.
The NFC's a gauntlet.
They went 12-5, had all of those injuries that you just mentioned. Their wide receiver one was Jawan Jennings.
They had the easy schedule in football. They did.
And now they get a, second or third place schedule? So it's not like it
They
gets.
did lose their quarterback for a couple games too,
Not only that, they lost Nick Bosa and their first round pick last year in Michael Williams.
and they didn't have Fred Warner.
They get both of them back. They didn't have Fred Warner for some of the season. They get him back. And I understand that you're accounting for injuries, but I'm going to assume these guys are all healthy on day one of the season,
except for Kittle.
except for Kittle.
So you think they're a playoff lock? Is what I'm asking.
Yes.
I'm leaning more playoff lock too.
That's fine. It's Shanahan. We'll probably
Yeah.
find a way.
All right. Yeah, they probably
I could get behind
will
that,
end up
that's
in the
fine.
playoffs. Yeah, I just think they have more holes than you think they do. They're also like, aren't what's going on with Trent Williams? Are they cutting him or
Seems like they're keeping them.
okay?
I think they might be better than last year.
I
And they went
100,000% think they're better than last year.
They might stay 12-5 and play better football.
Yo, when the fuck did Mike Evans have multiple 100-yard games down the stretch of last season, bro?
He had a 100-yard game down the stretch of last season.
Bro, he played fucking 8
Bro just
games
lies
and
for
put
the
up
sake of the argument.
360 yards, bro. Come on. The fuck? What?
He had a 100-yard game. He had a 100-yard game.
All right.
Regardless, Mike Evans is better than what they had. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, 100%.
Take out that 100-yard game, he averaged fucking 30 yards a game, bro.
Yeah.
On like 4 catches. 4 for 30. Ugh.
I'd rather Mike Evans than Jawan Jennings at this point.
No, I completely
That's
agree.
all I'm saying.
I completely agree with that. I was just 30-year-old receiver dealt with injuries. That's all.
Mike Evans
and regress.
Mike Evans could 100% get hurt next year, and he probably will.
Oh, yeah. That's all. I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
We're just semanticing.
Yeah, he's just a 30-year-old receiver who dealt with injuries and regress.
I do like their overall wide receiver room. I think it's
that's fun. That's
lot
not
better.
It's
what
just in one
I'm
ear out the
making
other.
it
no.
about.
I see what I 100% see where he's
You
going
like their
with
wide
it.
receiver?
I'm ignoring it because
Ricky
it's
Pearsall.
baiting. I don't care now.
So glad I traded him.
Jason tried to get a first-round pick from Gallo for Ricky Pearsall while we were on PlayStation. So I told Gallo, tell him, fuck no, you're a fucking pussy. Gallo said, no, I won't say that. I'm just going to tell him no.
He's trying to get Travis Hunter from me.
Who,
But like
Jason?
for like 2/3, I'm like, bro, I'm just
Jason's
not
trying to
doing
make a
it.
trade with me right now. Actually, I'm not doing it. He's
For what?
just stuff that I don't need. I'm playoff lock with the Niners. Next team. So, okay, the Seattle Seahawks.
Do you want to get the Rams out of the way? They're contenders.
Yeah, well, I mean, like they're gonna
the
take 2
contender of all
seconds. They're the
contenders,
contender of all contenders. Yes, exactly,
Cool.
Tom.
Done.
Probably playoff locks, but they got significantly worse this offseason.
They got railed.
Yeah.
They got fucked and bent over.
So here's what I was going to say. I think that the 49ers finish higher in the division than the Seattle Seahawks this year. That's where I was at. I am not necessarily saying I dropped the Seattle Seahawks out of the contender tier, but I think they are closer to on the bubble than they are, or rather playoff lock than they are to being a bona fide contender. Than the Niners are, rather.
I just feel like John Schneider is building like a program similar to like the Rams and the Eagles, to where like they just pump out good players.
They'll take their chances on the draft.
They draft extremely well. Like although they got railed, they were so fucking loaded that if you look at the roster, it's still fucking great.
They still have a lot of cap too.
Like
They're
they
just-
have a plan.
They're just really missing the running back room is what makes it ugly.
Yeah.
But other than that, they're pretty loaded still across the board.
Which, if Achane ever becomes available, I'm sure the Seahawks are the first people in line to go grab him.
Yeah,
They're contenders.
I think so.
They're contenders.
Yeah. Just
For
wide
sure.
people,
Think so.
yeah.
I do see a world where they finish under the Niners, and I think that's the world we're living in, honestly.
Yeah.
You think the Niners are better than them?
I think they're very close. I don't think the gap is as wide as it was last year, because I think the Niners got a lot better and the Seahawks got a lot worse.
Yeah, but even with that, the Seahawks railed the Niners in the playoffs by like 40 points.
No, I know, but the key to doing that was Kenneth Walker. And the defense was...
Kenneth Walker doesn't play in that game. They still probably beat him by 30.
I don't know if it's
No?
that bad. I don't know if it's that
They'd
bad.
still
It's probably the same thing.
beat them by multiple.
And also,
touchdowns.
again, Niners got significantly better. So, assuming that there's a relatively healthy Niners roster in there, I think it's a significantly closer game.
Seahawks are still better right now.
Would they win 14 games?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Niners won 12. But,
Which is impressive. But
yeah, it's crazy. It's the Kyle Shanahan way and the Brock Purdy way.
it's kind of crazy. The AFC has so many just terrible teams. And the NFC really
it's
doesn't.
so bad.
The only like really bad team is maybe, the Cardinals are bad, but maybe the Saints. That's about it. And even the Saints are on the up.
Saints could win their division.
Right.
In the ass year, is it actually only the Cardinals?
It's
from
only the
AFC?
Cardinals, yeah.
Wow.
The NFC. The AFC has 5 teams. And the AFC has one not quite mid team. Because they're all ass.
That is insane. The parity in the NFL is
Yeah, the AFC
impressive at the top, but AFC, man.
The AFC is literally just like a bunch of ass teams and then a bunch of teams who aren't like dominant, but because of that they can all win.
Are flawed
Like,
contenders.
Yeah, exactly. That's the way
Yeah.
to put it. Yeah.
Flawed contenders. So how many teams do we have in the contender tier?
5.
Seems
like
about right.
I feel like it's pretty good.
It is weird seeing the Chiefs and the Ravens in playoff lock. Yeah. It's probably right, but yeah. It's our tier list. We'll probably get shit on for a bunch of it.
Name of the game.
Looking forward to hearing what you guys have to say about all of our opinions on everything. Yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching if you made it to this point.
This is a long one.
This is a long one. Certainly a long one. Takes quite a while to go through every NFL team, so it's a lot. But I hope you guys watched. Hope you guys enjoyed. Leave a like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and follow us on all of our socials. If you haven't already, join that Discord. We talk a bunch in there. You get the chance to have conversations with all of us. Looking forward to seeing you. And with that,
BallGame.